Welcome into the live stream. Happy Friday to you if you're seeing this in real time on live. And if you are catching it in the replay, enjoy the session. The messages are timeless. And even if it isn't your personal message, there may be a message in here for you. The fact that you're seeing this at all, I'm sure there's something here for you. So definitely get yourself something to drink, sit back and enjoy. And yeah, welcome to Friday. Interestingly enough, the cards that I initially pulled just to do the thumbnail with, I pulled two cards at random and got Time to Go and the Four of Swords. And that's kind of a hurry up and wait, but that's a very important message from Spirit too, because we really are, I think, in a sacred pause right now. Some, I think a lot of us can feel that something big is about to happen, and yeah, it's keep doing what you're doing, I guess, is a spirit's message. Hey, Niana, welcome in, dear one. Welcome in. How are you? Oh, man. Now, we ain't supposed to have hay fever, and I promise you, I am not crying, but my eyes have been irritated this morning. So, pardon me. Oh, let me see. Let me get something going here, see what else we come up with. I'm doing pretty well. Yep, yep. Yes, last night I took off. I wasn't sick. I was just basically out of respect. I was honoring my boyfriend is Ashanti, and the Queen Mother, her official title would be the Nana Asante Hema. She passed, and last night was the last night of her funeral rites. So yeah. Oh, we're gonna get into it. What we getting into? What you got, Niana? What you got? Let me have it. Flexible is here though, just in case. So, are you bending over backwards for somebody that's getting on your last nerve? Hey, Miss Amanda, welcome, welcome. How are you today? Ooh, higher power is here. New life and a leg up. Yup. So yeah, flexible, higher power, new life, and a leg up. I think you need to be ready for whatever come down the pike, because I'm telling you, something is coming, and I think it's going to be big. Spirit also says time for a nap. So truthfully, it's not anything that you got to push into place. It's just something that you're going to have to be willing to accept. Like I said, ride the wave, so to speak. Hey, Ash, how are you? Welcome, welcome. And I think that's where we're all kind of at, that pregnant pause last night. Oh my goodness. I dreamt about, I mean, I told y'all I dream about seeing craft all the time, but when I tell you it was a show enough invasion, it looked like I was standing down there at Hartsfield Jackson Airport with all the planes coming in, but they wasn't planes, they were spacecraft. And I was on a train that was packed full of people. And something happened on the train where this lady came up and handed me this baby. Well, I say baby, he was a toddler, probably, I don't know, I'm guessing probably in the like 2 year old size range. He had a bit of a fever and he was sick. And I took him, and then somehow I wound up, I don't know, I like touched his head and I looked at him and I handed him off to someone else. And then, like a nimno, I wound up eating a piece of it. It looked like a strawberry, but it was crunchy like candy. But I didn't wash my hands. And as soon as I took a bite, I was like, oh my goodness, what did I do? So I was afraid that I was going to catch whatever it was that he had. And in the dream, it was some kind of, we've all seen them in time, whatever movies where there's some horrible plague, pandemic, whatever going around. So I got off the train and I was kind of walking alongside the train to down to the next stop to see if I was going to start developing symptoms. But when I tell you, I everywhere I went, I stopped at a couple of places inside alongside the route because the train was moving really slow. I hope it was a dream because I'm trying to tell you, when I tell you the night sky was crawling with craft, it was crawling with craft. You hear what I say? So I'm hoping it was a dream. I don't want to feel like I missed the invasion because this was like dozens of craft visible to my eye. So if it was in that spot and I was seeing dozens of craft, it looked like a traffic jam, but up in the sky with spacecraft. So, whew, yeah, I'm hoping it was a dream. Hey, Cece, welcome in, dear one. Yep, yep. Now, I know we got a couple of questions pending here. I'm not sure if Amanda, I think we had to pull something on you. Niana, I mean, not Niana, Cece, I remember your question a lot. So let's start there. I want to get a quick answer about Cece's question before we get lost in the sauce with other folks coming in. Ash, if you have a question, dear, I'm gonna start taking a list right here. So we'll get to you. Don't worry. She's just Cece has a real quick question that I gotta handle. Let's see. What's today? The 19th? Cece, Amanda. Niana, do you have you said whatever comes out for you, so we're gonna grab you. Ash, did you have questions or no? I'm gonna put you down here. You'll be number fourth in line. If you don't want one, we don't have to pull for you. But I'm just putting you here. You said there's so many now? Yeah. And again, I welcome quote unquote first contact. First contact happened thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, but you know what I mean. They want to actually see it on CNN with the gangplank coming down and everybody. Yeah, I welcome that, but um, I don't want to be quarantined because I'm about to spread some kind of crazy virus. I want to be able to get in on the action and meet somebody. Uh, CC, we got ask for help from others and opportunity spirit. What about this move? Does she need to continue to wait, or is it okay for her to go head on now? Wait a minute. We saw like she says, she's aware of moving forward in the business, but what about this other? Don't stop. Can she move? Is she ready to go, or does she need to continue to wait? Reconsider. Don't do that. Come on, spirit. Can we get a clear answer? Let me pull these two. When I get to you, you certainly can, Ash. Bear with me just a minute. You're ready. Okay. You have reconsidered. And honestly, I'm wondering if the reconsider was reconsidering from the last time we pulled cards on this issue, because, like you said, you gave me some other details about what you're going through now. So ask for help from others, opportunity, don't stop, reconsider, and you're ready came out. Ooh, improving health is at the bottom of the deck, and yes is at the top. So honestly, I think under the updated circumstances, considering, because we were looking at it before from the financial end, but now you're looking at it from the spiritual end, and that does change the answer a little bit. I think it's time for you to go. Yeah, positive changes here, retreat into nature. Let me see what else. Balance career and home life. Yeah. So the money ain't always the most important thing here. Sometimes it's about getting what you need, keep your energy right. Yeah, so you can stay focused. Kathumi came out. I think you can start looking for a. Oh, shoot, at the bottom of the deck, go now. Your Serapis Bay. Yeah, you can go. For sure. Is there anything else that you need me to ask before we move on to someone else, CC? Which we kind of knew that that was going to be the answer, but I just wanted to actually ask the cards more definitively. Bear with me, y'all. I need to light some incense. I'm dragging over here. And of course, I do want to watch your ears. Exactly. I just wanted to confirm because I can tell you anything off the top of my head, but I still kind of sort of wanted to know what Spirit had to say. And but it also what you put me, enlighten me about kind of helps me understand why the answer was a little bit wishy-washy the first time around, because it was kind of a yes and then wait and then yes. And I wasn't entirely sure. From a business aspect, you could wait, but from the spiritual aspect, it's time to go. Yeah. All right. So yeah, we looking at Amanda now, and you said you got a job offer through the staffing agency. They think you're a good fit. Ask for your availability. They said this Friday or next week they'll schedule a video interview with the company. Will you get the job? Is this the same job you were mentioning before in the DM? You want to know, should you even pursue it further? Archangel Michael, please be present with me. Let me see what I need to see, say what I need to say, and provide clear answers from Spirit. Okay, thank you. It's up to you came out here, and then reconsidering within the next few months. I think, again, kind of what we saw before, any job that you get at this point is going to be a stopgap to what you're really wanting to do. So I think it's okay for you to go for whatever is offered for you as long as it actually works for your situation. I know you would have preferred a work from home position, but if you have the means to get to another job and the pay is decent and all the rest of that, I think it'll be. Oh, you want to know, will you be hired? Okay, let's see. Spirit, is she going to actually get this job? Within the next few weeks, take action. I'm trying to see if we can get a yes or no. Is Amanda gonna get this job that's being offered to her? Helpful people, big happy changes, let go. The situation will improve. That's still not a yes or no, Spirit. Will she be hired on this job? If you believe. They just not willing to tell me straight up. Wait a minute. Perfect timing, peaceful resolution. Can we get a clear cut yes or no, Spirit, as far as Amanda in this job situation? Will she be hired for this job that she's in the interview process for? Ask for help from others. Be assertive. Ooh, no is at the bottom of the deck, but it didn't jump out, so I'm gonna check. Don't stop. I want a yes or no. Will she be hired? Okay, a yes came out here. Now there was a no at the bottom of the deck, but it didn't flip out. The one that actually came out the deck was a yes. So hopefully that is true. I can't offer you 100% guarantee. And again, I realize, because just like you, it is a temporary scenario either way. But I do believe you're going to get something. If not this one, something soon. But the cards say yes, you'll get this one. Is there anything else you need to pull on? Because that was like pulling hen's teeth. Spirit is not trying to get me on. But I will tell you one thing. Well, I'll DM you on the other. Do you have to take another test for that one? Or are you already in with the agency, or will they be testing you again? Okay, awesome. I was about to say, because I would DM you some further suggestions. So yeah, hopefully it'll go well. I mean, if they're interviewing you next week and all that stuff, yeah. Good, good, good. Awesome. All right. Are we pulling for anything else for you, or does that take care of you for the moment? New question? Okay. Okay, you can put your question in. Your son seems to be learning more on his feminine side. Okay. What's the question though? Is this something you need to be concerned about? Nah. We're gonna pull on it, but nah. He's gonna have to balance one way or the other. I mean, who knows? He's 10, 9, whatever. He may lean more, he may become more effeminate, he may present as more masculine, he may present as absolutely asexual. What difference does it make? Yeah. He may just be genuinely, yeah, no, you don't need to be worried about it. He always want to comb his, okay. But let look at it this way, Amanda. The stigma against homosexuality is a religion thing. Some beings come through here with residual memories from prior lives and they choose a homosexual path during this time. It's not wrong. Not quite yet. We're still talking to Amanda a little bit, Niana, and then we'll get to you. Yeah. But it's not necessarily wrong. It's just a different path. Yeah. I would just watch because truthfully, some little boys play with dolls, play with wigs, whatever, and then jump up one day and put on a football helmet and go on about their business. Some play with dolls and wigs and wind up being fly hairdressers and, have a boyfriend. I think it's too early to worry about his sexuality one way or the other. Just let him be whatever he's going to be and let him know. Because genuinely, at this point, if he's being basically homeschooled or he's in whatever programs you have around his needs, he's 9. So whatever leanings he has are truly his natural leanings. I don't think that he's being exposed to enough of anything to be influenced in that direction. My nephew, I've got a nephew that's, I think about 10 or 11 years younger than me. I knew that boy was gay by the time he was 5 years old. And his parents definitely didn't want to hear that. They was Jehovah's Witnesses. But it was just a thing. And it wasn't that nobody was tampering with him. He wasn't being leaned in that way. There wasn't a bunch of overtly gay people around him or anything. It's just genuinely who he is. And he's an amazing hairdresser. Or he doesn't, oddly enough, he didn't choose that for a living, but by the time he was 11 years old, he could do my perm flawlessly. No fish hooks, no nothing. He could absolutely do a complete, I was wearing the Jerry curl or whatever. Yeah. But now I forgot what he's into now. He doesn't do hair or anything anymore, but he genuinely is naturally, he was just gay. And didn't affect how we love him, not near iota. Only thing is you may not necessarily have grandbabies to bounce on your lap. That's all. Ashperolia, yeah, yeah. People are who they are. Honestly, my oldest daughter. Well, I have two daughters and twin boys. The boys are in the middle, and then my oldest daughter, and then my oldest is a girl, and my youngest is a girl. Both of my daughters are lesbians. And I wondered about that one day, and as I was in meditation and I was shown like part of our soul contract, and part of the reason that they chose or were allowed to be with me was because even though we grew up in the Bible Belt to this hugely religious family and all the rest of that, I was the right person for them because I would not judge and I did not try to lean them, whatever, whatever. It was just cool. Do what you do. Just be safe with whatever you do. That was my preach to all of them: be safe and make sure that you get somebody that genuinely loves you for you. Don't be nobody's doormat, and be safe. Thank you, Ash. I appreciate you. So yeah, I've always felt that judgment on people was wrong. And I get it. That's in Yahweh's book. I get that part. That's all up in Yahweh's book. They didn't condemn people. But again, we just finished reading Yahweh's book a couple of days ago. After the bloodbath in the temple, I don't think Yahweh is in no position to make no demands on nobody like that. You say you just don't want to be the parent that just doesn't get it. Yeah. Um, Pay attention. But again, like I said, he's 9. I honestly don't think it's an issue at this point. If if you know that he, because I mean different kids enter puberty at different ages. If he's entering puberty and he seems to be frustrated or confused, openly talk to him about it. Because my oldest daughter struggled a lot with her sexuality. In fact, she was very homophobic. One of my nieces is also gay, and she came to visit us with her girlfriend, and my daughter was all to pieces, and I didn't realize. I'm like, why is she so violently upset about this? But it was because she was struggling with those feelings herself. So just pay attention. He'll be fine, and so will you. You're a wonderful mama. Like I said, those children don't get given to just any old body, so you'll be fine. Okay. But yeah, spirit definitely says it's not something you should be concerned about. There's a big old fat no with that. Now I do want to pull with the ascendant masters over here and see what else they come up with. Health and healing came out. You can do it with Archangel Michael. Hilarion and Archangel Michael came out here. What's this? You are seeing the situation accurately. Open your heart to love. Mother, wife, sister, daughter. So you got Jesus energy, Krishna. Find the blessing in your current situation. Yeah, you fine. Yeah. And truthfully, because he is autistic, he may just be very, very balanced in his masculine and feminine energy anyway. So he doesn't see a need to jump into traditional gender roles, as he should not. Genuinely, we grew up in that generation where people look sideways at boys wearing pink shirts. What kind of foolishness is that? you know? So you'll be fine, and so will you. You say you agree with all this teaching, you would teach the same way. Love and support is what, yeah. Because here's the thing: as hard as the church bucks against homosexuality, everybody that I know somebody in the church that's in a position leading somewhere. Usually it's the choir director, the youth pastor, or somebody. As much as they buck against homosexuality, every church in America just about got somebody gay up in it. That lets you know that it's not something that's just that easily. You can't go pray away the gay. You're just not going to do it. No matter what they say, I ain't seen nobody yet that could do it. And the ones that try to do it wind up living miserable asexual lives to try to fit into some overly stringent organization because they want to belong in the club. They'll deny themselves love and happiness, but you're never going to pray it away. That lets you know that it really isn't it's not an affectation. Maybe for some people that went through trauma and stuff, it may be an affectation. My youngest child, I feel that's the case to a degree, but again, it's still her choice. I honestly just, in this day and time, the way we're waking up in the matrix and the way we're learning who and what Yahweh really is, and the way humanity has been lied to and bamboozled about religion, I just don't think anyone should allow religiosity to bind them about their chosen sexual proclivities. It's just foolishness. Because truthfully, even in the biblical times, now, yeah, the Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed because of that, but it ain't nothing new. Sodom and Gomorrah was a whole town that was basically known for homosexuality. This is nothing new. There ain't nothing new under the sun. Yep, yep. All right, are we complete now, Miss Amanda, or did you have anything else further to add to that? Yeah, but also consider, Amanda, you and I both know, whether you ready to face it and admit it or not, very soon here, probably next year, you're going to be separating yourself from most of your family, and that'll be a non-issue because ascension is happening. And if they choose not to awaken and get with the party, eventually your vibration is going to separate from them. I don't want to say leave behind because that sounds so, but genuinely, it's just going to become such a vibrational rift that they're going to vibrate right on out of your experience, and you and your baby are going to go on and do great things. Your family ain't gonna be an issue for much longer. And I'm so sorry to be the bearer of bad news, if you call it that. If you are really, really wanting to hang on to your family, most of the chosen do not get to continue to walk with their family because they're dropped into toxic families to teach them for soul growth, to sharpen them, to refine them by fire. But then once you start ascending, you have to escape the toxicity. You just have to. You in the right place, Ash. We're soul family here, and even if your biological mom doesn't have that mindset, you know I'll be your spiritual auntie, mom, grandmom, whatever. I do have to ask, are you at least 18, Ash? You say it's great news. Yeah, I honestly think mom is just going to be the first step for you, Amanda. And once you get out from under her clutches, oh, girl, you going to have you a show enough liberation glow up, and no going to start rolling off your tongue like it's going to start getting delicious to you. It's hard at first to learn to say no, but once you get used to no, oh, it get the way it be tasting. You going to get real proficient at no. And truthfully, I get it because the finances have been the main thing that's kept you tied to these people. You already are not comfortable and happy. You said no hard feelings over here. Right. Because we love them, but you understand when you understand who you really are and what spirit has called for you to do and what your walk is, you understand they could have come along with if they chose to, but if they don't choose to, you're not gonna allow them to put a hitch in your giddy up. You're gonna continue to walk your path, and anybody that don't come along with you, oh well, love you, but I'm gonna have to love you from way over there. No hard feels, like you said. Just still love you, but nope, can't do it because I got to do what I got to do. Spirit and show me my path. That's why you would check. Exactly. And that's why I think Spirit is saying, I'm hoping that the answer really is yes, like they said. And if not, something in the next little bit will come through. But I'm genuinely hoping it is that for you because that is your first step. Since the windfall isn't coming right this second, unless or until the windfall comes, then whatever job you can get is a stepping stone. So yeah, definitely. All right. So now we just burning through this list all quick, fast, and in a hurry this morning. My goodness. All right. So Niana, you said what is your question, my dear? Let me see. Oh, hey, Valerie. I didn't, you know what? I saw you in here, but I forgot to put you on the list. Hold on. And Niana, you still just want a general, right? Or do you have a, did you think of a question while we doing all of this? Most of the time we got to love them with a long handle spoon, and that's the thing that I wanted. It took a long time for me to realize, because you think, well, I got rid of this one, but surely I can hold on to this one, and surely I can hold on to that one. But especially for, and it's not, I'm not saying it for the purpose of being ugly, but we genuinely are the chosen ones, and that's not some kind of braggadocious term. It just means that we were chosen. Everybody truthfully is chosen, but not everybody will awaken. We had whatever happened in our experience, we kept enough curiosity, the veil stayed thin enough, we was rebellious enough, stubborn enough, whatever they want to call it, that we began to wake up in the matrix. And for that reason, we are chosen. Like I said, many are called, few are chosen. We're chosen because we had the best potential to be extracted from the matrix. And we do have to love them with a long handle spoon, because many of us, and again, this was part of the divine plan, we got plunked down in hella toxic families. Like serious stuff. Most of us have a trauma load that would send most people out there in the dumpster fire. That's why they act the way they do, because they can't survive the stuff that's happening to them. But many of the chosen have trauma loads that would have most people sitting up somewhere in the crazy house in a straitjacket. Seriously. And we didn't. We managed somehow to heal from it and overcome. Okay. Okay, we can pull lightly on your energy, like how you can best support her and things like that. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I put you on the list. We got Niana and then Ash and then you. No question, just let spirit take the wheel. Okay. All right. Let me see, you ready to let go? You came too far, worked so hard, not going back. You ready to let go and know that you being here with your mom, keep the people that you want out and in constant in rotation. Yeah, yeah. So that's, yeah, but knowing it is half the battle. Like you said, you got your exit strategy in place, even if it takes a little time. So no worries there. Um, Neon, let me see. I think we're supposed to get you one of these today. And Yin Sanctuary. That card just came along with it. It's on another deck. I might even pull from this just to see if we can get you a couple of affirmations. Mm-mm-mm. That's interesting. I was planning to do a different read, and then all of a sudden a thought came to mind. So I'm obey. I'm going to obey. Yeah, I better obey. Oh, that's a lot, but hey, it is what it is. Let's get going. Yep, everything is working on your favor. Right? If knowing is half the battle, you're right. You are right. Ooh, Niana. We got sublimation here, spiritual magic, Black Moon, Lilith, and Scorpio, sexual alchemy, and Saturn, age, reality, and discipline. Now I'm curious. Hold on. Saturn teaches us that the gold in life comes with age, hard work, discipline, and structure. When the Saturn card shows up, it's time for you to put in time, effort, and sweat. Where have you cut corners? Saturn is asking for you to stay the course, to alchemize your soul's lead into gold. Saturn in astrology brings harsh lessons, limitation, restriction, time, and wisdom. It rules over the earth sign of Capricorn and the air sign of Aquarius. Capricorn is associated with the authoritative and hierarchical Saturn, while Aquarius invokes new structure, innovation in the future. Saturn is associated with the archetype of Father Time and was the final outer planet in ancient astrology prior to the modern planets Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Therefore, Saturn is associated with reality, boundaries, and limitations. Saturn, known as by the Greeks, was a harsh deity in Roman mythology who ate his own children. This is Yahweh, just so you're aware. Just so you're aware, this is Yahweh, who ate his own children out of fear of being overthrown. Ruling with his iron sickle, he was god of crops. While Saturn can be difficult to handle as a malefic planet, one that brings hardship and difficulty, it can also be a positive force in transforming our lives. This dark astrological energy can show us where we're led, where we need to learn different lessons and face reality. Once we learn Saturn's lessons, we will be master alchemists, transforming trauma into triumphs. Identify your Saturn placement in your birth chart and match it. And then it gives a list. No, it's not an oh no, you're in the process of separating from this energy. It's not an instant process. Just because you bumped into my live stream and we heard the information and this and that, and it's not an instant thing, because everything that has been structured in our lives, if we have been lived around, programmed in, live in the Western world, or practiced any of the Abrahamic religions, then our entire world has been shaped by Kronos. Okay? Yahweh. Whether we call him Yahweh, Jehovah, Allah, don't matter. That has affected us greatly. So even though we're aware, there's still an unbuttoning process from all of the stuff in our lives. It's just making us aware of it. I just find that energy, because you see the cross there, and it's just about where we are in time, discipline. But then we also have this sexual alchemy and spiritual magic. So this is the part that I want to take a look at as well. Hold on. Because I don't even know what called me to pull this deck. Well, like I say, I've learned to just go with the flow of what I feel when I start sitting down to do somebody's reading. Spirit, soul, vibration, and frequency are invisible superpowers we all possess. When you're in alignment, these spiritual forces magnetize, draw, and manifest your experience on this physical plane. When the sublimation oracle card appears, you are activating your light body. The belief is that you have a spiritual field surrounding your physical form, acting as a light vessel. The ancient Egyptians called this the Merkaba, which is Hebrew for chariot. When you are aligned and living your soul's purpose, your light body will vibrate higher, drawing in support, abundance, joy, and elation. You can navigate your reality with no resistance, suffering, or fear. This is a true spiritual empowerment. So, this being the case, can't you see where this might get kicked up a little bit? Oh, he definitely ain't gonna like the fact that you leave in Team Yahweh. But it ain't nothing to be afraid of. It's just something to be aware of. That's all. And it may be a little bumpy from time to time, but you got Archangel Michael, Raphael, Yeshua, Lord Enki. You got all of them on your team. So nobody worried about no Yahweh. The scientific definition of sublimation is the shift of a solid surface into gas form with the use of heat without moving through the liquid phase, like when dry ice turns into vapor. During the magnum opus, this is when the physical ascends to the spiritual. Practically speaking, you can mentally mold your intentions and bring them into reality through your physical form. The sublimation phase requires a faith in the unseen and a deep trust in the universe to guide you toward your highest good. Integrate your imagination, thoughts, feelings, emotions, and spirit into your physical form. Notice what exists in other dimensions like creative ideas, concepts, or visions, and when one resonates, bring it down into solid reality through action. Hey Trina, welcome, welcome. Good to have you in here, Trina. I'll definitely put you on the list if you're interested in having the cards pulled. Okay. And then we have sexual alchemy, number 8. Hey, Cece. Welcome back. The Oracle is calling for you to transform and heal your deepest shadow. Dark energy from childhood or ancestral traumas can project into your reality, holding you back from your true authentic self. It can feel like an arduous process. Oh, yeah, she got a wrap on. Like a dark night of the soul, but on the other end of this journey is self empowerment. Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio is both challenging and rewarding when integrated. Symbolized by the scorpion, Scorpio is a fixed water women is a fixed water sign which represents the depth of emotion. Secrets, crisis, the occult, and sexual power all live under Scorpio. Mars, the god of war, and Pluto, the lord of the underworld, both rule over Scorpio. While you may not see this intensity at first glance, it bubbles fiercely under the surface, especially since Pluto returned last February for the first time in 15 years. It was back. Yeah, that part. Trina, I'm gonna have to ask you to stop that. We're not doing. I don't know who all names you putting up in here, but I'm gonna need you to cut that out. Okay? We don't spam up in here. If you want to stay, you're welcome to stay. But first off, naming all these different people no, I don't pull on other people's energy. I don't do spell work. None of that. You're wasting your time. If you want me to pull cards for you, then you'll have to wait your turn. If you continue to spam, you will be removed, okay? Respectfully. Then read somewhere else. You not on your channel. Go read energy on your channel. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. Goodbye. We don't do that here. And how dare you? Did nobody in this room ask you to start reading on other people's energy like that? Don't do that. That's not nice. So you can leave. Thank you. Appreciate you though. How do you know that these people want you to just put their business all in the street that way? That's just awful. If that's who you are as a reader, then you can leave. And I said what I said. Hey, Susan Sunrise, how are you? Both of y'all. Welcome, welcome. That was rude. Sorry, y'all. We're going to hold on. Watch your ears. No, I wasn't talking about you. I'm talking about that person that we just timed out. They came in here putting a bunch of people's names in all caps and talking about the energies they were reading. I don't even know if they know any of those people or if anybody knows people that were named in there. I wasn't reading all the names, but that's very presumptuous and very rude. So we ain't going there. A real reader, or well, I ain't gonna say a real reader. A reader that is tapped into divine light would know better than that. That's some dark energy that I absolutely rebuke up in here. We don't, no. And then gonna double down with the I said what I said. Okay, well, again, Archangel Michael, please reinforce divine light and protection around this reading. All beings that are not of divine light, we rebuke and ask them to leave now. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me, y'all. I'm lighting the candle. I had some incense going, but I want, yeah, got that going too. If she come back with that foolishness, then she can just be removed. Period. Again, I don't want to ban anything, but people come here for answers and all that. They didn't come for unsolicited advice or to have their loved ones called out or anything. Who, like I said, you're if she want to read people's energy, she need to go on her channel, and then anybody that come into her channel that asks them to read their energy, if that's what they choose to do, that's on them. Yeah, thank you, Niana, for taking care of that. All right, back where we were, and now we're gonna clear that energy a little bit. When Black Moon Lilith and Scorpio when Black Moon Lilith is in Scorpio, you can experience sexual trauma, power struggles, or crisis, which can create suffering in the present. As a result, you may repress difficult events, leading to conflicts and challenges. This can also affect your personal power, as you tend to give it away to others when you're not careful. We can see this manifest in the life of Johnny Depp, a natal Black Moon Lilith and Scorpio who grew up with an abusive mother. You can alchemize this dark energy into light through shadow work, practicing boundaries, and releasing the past. So, truthfully, as you're okay, I get it. This Yahweh, this Saturn energy may kick up a little bit in protest because of energies that you're alchemizing, because of the ascension path that you're on. You are definitely in the middle of this transformation, this sublimation, but it's basically just telling you lean into it, do another round of Dark Night. And again, when you see what it is and why it's here, it's not even a dark night of the soul. It's just another round of doing your inner work and your shadow work, looking at it so you can see it in a different way. Antoine, you up in here? Did I miss you? So sorry. Welcome, welcome. I didn't see you. All right. So now, let's see what we got. Ooh, past life. We just finished talking about past lives, and past life came out here. So, but again, I'm aware that most of y'all, this ain't your first rodeo. You hear, and that's part of the reason this life has been so difficult, because you are clearing up karmic paths and stuff from past lives. Ooh, good fortune and grounded are here. Yay, like that. Death, yeah, cycle ending. We knew that. Let me see. We're gonna layer this. Hold on. Friendship and healer. Okay. Why am I hearing this song? I get by with a little help from my friends. Whether they're spiritual or physical, I do see that through this sublimation phase, this transformation. It looks like you're going to be getting by with a little help from your friends, but there is good fortune here, and you're a healer. Well, I mean, we knew that in one way or another. And not saying that you might not be a hands-on healer. You might just be leveling up your energy, and that brings healing to those around you as you shift the energy as you move throughout the world, and your gifts kind of kick in and come online, so to speak. Community, yeah, you get by with a little help from your friends. Community is here. Oh wow. Let me see here. What's for good fortune in this sexual magic? Ooh, unexpected fortune. So as you're doing this healing, you will mess around and manifest some kind of money. There's some unexpected income on your way. I'm sure you ain't gonna be mad. What do they say? You can never be too rich or too thin. I know that's right. And that's not entirely true either, but an official person is here. Okay. But yeah, like I said, I look, you ain't no regular degular. Either you an official person or an official person is going to help you with this. Maybe that friendship energy, community energy, maybe an official person coming towards you. But I genuinely feel like it is you leveling up into this. It has been painful in the past. There was despair here, but this is here with the death card. So that is ending. That is absolutely coming to an end. Why spiritual? Like I said, it says judication here, and that can refer to actual court, but I think this is a spiritual court issue. Something to do with bringing in new friends, spiritual family, community, all of that change. Yeah. It is about time. I mean, like I said, we don't want to sound impatient, but I feel you on that, sis. I feel you big time on that. Yeah, it is about time. I'd be like, look, spirit. Like, come on now. Come on now. Oh my goodness. What else we got over here? Reality, community, and this past life scenario. What's that all about, spirit? It has something to do. Ooh, wait a minute now. We got the third chakra, which is your solar plexus. That is the seat of your manifestations. So this do have something to do about this alchemy and the spiritual magic. Goddess of the moon is here, ending, bringing beginnings. Absolutely. Happy family. Exactly. And this death came out here with deceit and despair. So truthfully, it is genuinely putting all that nasty past energy of deceit, the false friends, false family, all of that, putting that genuinely to rest because you're transmuting. Hold on. Hey, Queen Soul, how are you? Welcome in, welcome in. All right, so now what's with this friendship and the healer and some change? What we got, Spirit? Door to romance. Uh-oh. Yeah, again, it's here with friendship, so it may not be an actual like romance scenario. It could just be about, like I said, calling in the spiritual family. Ooh, envy. Well, now we're trying to get rid of envy. Wait a minute now. Well, they're gonna. Well, you know what? I was about to say haters are gonna hate. I'm gonna pull another one to see what's up with that. Healer, change, and envy. Broken heart. Ooh. Daughter spirit and anxiety. Ooh. Is there somebody in your past that don't is going well, yeah, and daughter value, temple path, yeah. Somebody in your past, maybe even an ex, blossoming abundances at the top of the deck, and magician in the mirror, yeah. Somebody in your past or in your family, in your experience, let's just put it that way, is going to be real salty about this level up, especially once you really get to a point where your spiritual gifts like really, really kick in and this healer energy, that change comes forth, however that expresses to you, whether it's in the online space or you actually become some kind of a healer, whatever it is that you do is going to lead to some kind of success for you that is very visible. Like you said, you may not be bragging about it, but there will be signs, and there's going to be somebody in your past that just really ain't liking that. Yeah, I think it's these same people that was in this deceit and despair death cycle. As you are going through this transformation, your frenemies ain't liking that too tough, and they just gonna be just as brokenhearted and envious as they want to. You got a little anxiety about it, but I think most of the anxiety is gonna be theirs. You're gonna be aware of it, so you may have some anxiety residual about it. But child, don't let that like I say, ain't no stopping you now. There you go. I know that's right. You on the move. You are on the move, and they need to know that. You say you on the loose. Yeah, I know that's right. Let me see what's going on here. Oh, I thought something flipped over. Look at that. Here they go. Here they go. Ooh, and it came out over here with past life. Some of these people literally followed you from another lifetime. This is not your first rodeo, and it ain't theirs either. And they done been frenemies in more than one lifetime. That's one of the reasons they're so invested. That's probably one of the reasons it's been so hard for you too. But you are on the move. Look at here. The boat got wings on it. It's even up in the air, over top of the mountain. With this goddess of the moon energy and this sexual magic, yeah, you're gonna overcome. Good fortune, this unexpected income. They cannot stop this for you. They can just sit around in the salty dog position, but they'll be all right. Look at here, star energy is right here. Do continue to do your grounding work though, and do lean on those friends. Like you say, getting by with a little help from your friends. Happy family is here with this friendship and daughter romance. Yeah, and community. Lean heavily into them because truthfully, it's about finding new family. So you've been holding back and practicing patience. Yeah, you have the ancestors backing you though. They're very well aware of this, so they got this death, deceit, despair energy under control. They're right here, like I say, handling that. They are with you during this rebirth cycle. Like I said, everybody get all itchy when they see death, but to every death there's a rebirth. In the tarot, death is never a complete end. It's just a rebirth cycle. It is something major ending so that something new can begin. Like the tower, ain't no point in getting upset by seeing the tower because half the time, by the time we see it in the cards, it done already happened or it's gearing up for us rather shortly. We feel it coming, but it's spirit kind of shutting all of that mess down. And yeah, it's messy and it hurt and all of that. But once it done fell, we can build something new. Oh, you're going to be getting some information. You definitely going to be getting some information. A letter is here with this adjudication. Mask it. Look, I told you about this deceit, the envy and all of that. Mask came out here with it. Ooh, what's this in the pop out? Healer and change came out here with the owls. This is absolutely sharing some kind of spiritual information. Ooh, ooh. Oh, and it is in the online space because these are both the birds. This indicates gossip or twittering or tweeting, perhaps like literally tweeting, like going on X or Instagram or whatever and talking about something. This is the more spiritual side of it. But with that came in this deck, the tower. It's not crumbling or on fire. This is a fortress of divine protection, and it came with this masculine energy. So there may be actually oh, and then when I split it, it split here to the feminine. So there may be an actual masculine somewhere around the corner when this magician in the mirror energy comes through. When on this other side of the split, the scythe is here and the whip, meaning you are definitely gonna cut these folks off with a quickness, make a sharp decision. But on the other side of that split is this additional detailed information, this key to love and wisdom, more, like I said, looking at it more closely, stability. This is affluence, wealth, and in this deck, the moon is like old world glamour. It's the flip side of the star. It's not talking about nothing necessarily being hidden from you. It's like glamour, glitz. So yeah, I see that that's gonna be quite all right. We're gonna pull a couple of Akashic cards to see what you need to be aware of or maybe work on. Then I want to grab a couple of these 144 and an affirmation for you, and then you'll be done, ma'am. Yeah, reflecting and shadow work. That's what, yeah, spirit is doubling down on that. So, I mean, but we mentioned it before. So, yeah, just do go into your shadow work. Truth and expression, new perspective, seeing the truth, clear action, honesty, and communication. And doing the shadow work will help you speak your truth. It'll help you identify who you need to speak it to, see them in a new light as well, move forward without being feeling some type of way about it. It helps you get your feet and your wings. Receive, open, receptivity, opening up, generosity, gifts, and assistance. Getting by with a little help from your friends. But I think the shadow work too helps us address issues of worthiness and helps us address our toxic masculinity in the case of females, helps us balance feminine energy in the case of males, because we live in a society that basically sets us up to be toxically imbalanced in one of those. Like I said, if we're females, we tend to have an issue with toxic masculinity. Males have a tendency to not have addressed their feminine side enough. It's a cultural thing, but doing that spiritual work will help you do that so that you can receive, especially if you've had to be on your own, going it alone, fighting, climbing the corporate ladder in the dog eat dog world, every man for himself and the woman for us all of that stuff that they tell us. That is toxically masculine energy, and it gets us to a place where we're so used to having to do stuff on our own because we can't trust anybody else, that when somebody genuinely comes along, sent by spirit trying to help us, we'd be like, that's all right, I got it. That's all right, I got it. And spirit is trying to send you a helper and you can't even receive the assistance, and that's why I really think that this reflecting the shadow work period is going to be very, very helpful for you. Look at here at the bottom: closed off and guarded, resistance, pride, defensive, wounded warrior, decisions, contemplation between two people or two paths, to stay or to go. What's here? Cold control, silent observing, secretive, blocking the emotions. Yeah. But Spirit is asking you to trust in divine timing. Greater forces are at play. Release control. All is working out for the highest good. You got to get into the receiving mode. You just have to. No man or woman is an island. We just aren't. And I know that that's a defense mechanism. It's a protective thing because we have, like I said, when we were out there bright eyed and bushy tailed in the world, we learned quick, fast, and in a hurry. Every man for himself and God for us all. Most of the time, people are offering to help you or setting you up for the fall. I get that part. But we're coming into spirit family, soul family now, that these people that are being led to you as cooperative components of the divine, they're actually going to be of real assistance. It's okay to kind of allow them to help a little bit this time, okay? You still have to use caution to make sure that they really are being sent by the divine. I get that part, but yeah. It says you've isolated yourself. You're trying to do everything on your own. It's okay to ask for help. So reach out to ask for support at this time. Soar is here. You're being asked to stop dimming your own light, period. It's time for you to come out of the shadows and let your authentic self soar. Fly high, dear one. You're being asked to jump in, take a chance, and give whatever you're questioning a try. The stars will never all align in just the right way. Sometimes you have to take the leap anyway. This is that time. And then you said you were practicing patience. You are being asked to practice patience right now. It's not that easy to do this, but you're strong, and there's a reason why things aren't aligning in the way you want them to in this moment. Have patience. It will eventually work out. Now let's see what's here at the top of the deck. Courageous heart. It takes courage to follow your heart, especially when the path is unknown. Your heart knows the way. Trust it and let it lead to your true destiny. Oh, okay. I'm almost done with her. If you want to wait just a few minutes, I can go ahead and handle you now if you're able to stay awake. If not, Ash, my apologies. You should have let me. Like I said, next time. I ain't gonna say you should have, but next time, let me know. I will be back online probably tomorrow morning. This will be my last time doing that in the morning, but I'll be on tomorrow a little bit earlier tomorrow if you're too sleepy to stay on now, okay? But much love to you and thank you for joining us today. If you're not able to stick around, break free, Niana. You're being asked to break free from the tribe in order to live your authentic life. This isn't easy, but it's very necessary if you're going to share your true self with others. Be brave, be real, be you, and trust that those who love you will be there for you. Yeah. All right, all right. Finishing up with the chosen. Yeah, I think Ash already hauled up out of here, which is fine. I'm sorry. I didn't realize he on the other side of the world. Time to shine, Niana. Pay attention to your dream messages. Might want to get a notebook and try to write them down. I'm gonna find one to talk about that. I should be writing mine down instead of just trying to come in here and tell y'all about them. God's ambassador. That's what I'm talking about. And angels are protecting you. Of course, we do know you're an empath. You may eventually become a tarot reader because it's here. There's a rebirth happening here. And it do go back to the whole Atlantean scenario. All right, all right. Last but not least over here, we're going to pull some affirmations for you from the Purple Canyon deck. Yeah, when we like I say, we just got to keep doing what we're doing. And you know what? That reminds me, this is the 19th, the 20th, 21st. Sunday is the 21st. Is it the 21st or the 22nd that's the new moon? I think the solstice or the equinox is on the 21st. The new moon might be the 22nd. But either way, we probably need to do a little something by way of moon work. We'll talk about that I'll probably put an announcement in the WhatsApp chat, and then we'll talk about it on Sunday night when I'm up in there. My dream's been crazy too. Hey, Barbara Murray, welcome. What's up? Bird set free, Niana. I am fearless and free. My past does not hold on to me. As I rest, my chains fall off. As I sit, I soar. I am a bird set free. We also have empowering friendships. I select my relationships carefully and invest in them fully. I am the average of the people I spend my time with. And embrace divinity. I am a love child of divinity. Reality is a love story written for me. I sit silently and experience the loving embrace from my eternal mother. I store up the words of affirmation of my ageless father, the tender words that spoke my consciousness into existence become me. And that is your message, Miss Niana. That was lovely. Let me put these away and then let me see. Ash had to leave us, so I'm going to circle him. Valerie, are you still with us here? If you'll put your question in the chat, please, so I know which decks to pull. We'll get rolling on you. Oh, thank you, Neon. I appreciate you. I certainly do. If anyone else is so inclined to buy me a coffee, the link is on the About page and on the home page of the channel. Not required. Always appreciated. Appreciate you. Awesome, Valerie. While I'm putting these cards away, if you'll type your question, please, and then we'll get going. Oh, concerning your daughter? Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. Trying to see here. I will put you on the list, Jade. You certainly can. Oh, thank you, Barbara. Welcome in and many blessings to you as well. You're on the list. If you are still here when we get to you, I just put anyone that I see coming in down so that they have a spot here if they want it. I don't know. Why do I want to pull from this deck? Let me go ahead and just do what I'm being led to do and stop questioning stuff. Oh, thank you, Neon. I do try to keep it 100 because, I mean, and even if I don't quite understand what I'm looking at, eventually we'll get to the point where we do understand it. Whatever it is that you've been struggling with is about to be resolved. Remember that resolutions don't always happen in the way we hope or want, but being able to move forward and start fresh always brings relief. You're not seeing the entire picture of a person or situation that may be purposefully withheld from you, or you may be choosing to look the other way or betray yourself in some way. It's time to gain clarity. Honor yourself. Recognize the hard work you've put in to get where you are today. Instead of thinking how far you still have to go, remind yourself of all that you've accomplished and be proud. The thought that's coming to mind right now regarding that, and again, we'll look further if necessary later, but two things I'm seeing here. Number one, the underlying issues leading to this may be different or go deeper than what you expect, Valerie. Um, but either way, do not, and I get it, as a mother, we have a tendency to want to wear the responsibility for everything. You can't blame yourself for this one. There's nothing you could have, should have, or would have did that would have made anything any different. All you can do is help her through this time period and understand that it's going to work itself out how it needs to. Hopefully, I'm hoping you can still, you can be there for her, and it may work itself out more beautifully than you understand. I don't know if counseling, and like I said, it may take medication and counseling. Yeah, that ain't got nothing to do with that. I pulled this deck, but it felt weird. Tune into the higher dimensions and raise your vibration. Confucius, rethink what you're planning to do. Is it really a good idea? So honestly, there may be some natural remedies or some spiritual things you can do to help her. I'm not saying you can pray it away, because it's definitely, like you said, it's a complex issue and how this developed that way. So definitely stay in touch with the counselors and all of that. I'm not saying don't plug into that, but you may look for additional ways to help her spiritually. I don't even know if she could or should try to meditate per se, but there may be. Sure, put you back on the list. We can work our way down. Yeah, because we've been making pretty good time today. So I'll put you down again. Mm. Obviously, it's a very sensitive issue, Valerie. So, and I'm not a professional, so I don't know how much she can or cannot do. But you said you worried about how much. When we get to it, Jade, I'll have to look and see. Honestly, though, before we even go there, I can tell you one thing: if he wanted to, he would. It don't even make me. I don't have to pull cards on that. If you don't know how this person feels about you romantically, then you may want to just not put too much hope into it. And I get it. And women especially are notorious for that, putting the cart before the horse, so to speak. Um, yeah, don't do that. You can let him know you're attracted and then just kind of let it go. You said she's in the hospital right now? Okay. Okay. Ooh, the singer of healing came out here for you. The bright mother, taking the self, and the singer of healing are here. I wanna hold on a second. I wanna get you. We're gonna do it. It's gonna require a little book because I got a feeling there's some messages here in these books that's gonna hit on something that you need to hear. That's what I'm saying, Jade. I'll pull some cards for you to see what's going on, but for real, you don't need no cards to tell you that. You need to be yourself and let him know you're interested. because you don't want to magically pull nobody to you anyway. Um, I mean, some people want to do that, but you, no, 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 that ain't really what you want. But we'll look. We'll take a look. Just bear with me a little bit here. Some other folks are ahead of you in line, but we'll get there. Oh, what's this one? Okay. Hold on. Oh, I know a lot of young folks get put the cart before the horse a little bit, but yeah, we're gonna take a look. Oh, all right now I'm pulling cards for you, Valerie. Like I said, I don't know, but for some reason I'm being led. I was led to pull the fairies for you, as well as Yeshua and or the Christ Consciousness deck and the Metatron deck. And right now, if I don't flip this deck around crazy, but we're gonna pull from the healing waters and the healing spirits just to see what kind of messages come out for you. But I got to turn this deck right because I done flipped it all kind of crazy ways, making a mistake here. Bear with me. Yeah, it is, and it's so different in so many people. And one of the stories, if you've never seen the movie A Beautiful Mind, I highly encourage you to watch that because it is absolutely, I think it was Russell Crowe in that movie, I believe, but it's based on a true story. And it was about a gentleman who descended into schizophrenia and how eventually he was able to get it somewhat under control and live a productive life, basically. There's another, in fact, I'll probably find the links and just DM them to you. There's another story that I would love for you. I can't think of the lady's name right now, but she's a bit of a medium and a teacher. She's got a story about a boy named Wolf, and he dealt with schizophrenia for a long time. And unfortunately, he actually wound up trans uh, transitioning. It wasn't from that. It was a lightning strike of all things, but he kind of sort of knew it was coming, and he was kind of he truthfully he knew it was coming and met the appointment because the last thing he said to his friends before he left was, I gotta go home. And he had drawn a picture of him being struck underneath a tree with a heart carved in it, and that's exactly where and how he left. But by her being a medium and she's an evidentiary medium, she was able to connect with him and bring so many messages of confirmation and comfort to his parents. It's an amazing story. I'll send you the link. Atlantis is here. Keep the big vision. Stay in alignment as you grow. And again, I was about to say, listen, I don't know how she's going. She's obviously got to get regulated at some point. This is probably very new to her as well, or you know, causing an issue if it's flared up to the point of her actually seeking help and being hospitalized. But it was shown to me years ago that in some cases, very often, what people think of as mental instability are flashes of extreme clarity and connection that people simply cannot find the words to express. And so, because we don't understand it, the rest of us don't understand it, we're quick to label everything that we don't understand as being something divergent. And that's truthfully the case too in some of those issues. Now I get that they always want to look at schizophrenia as a negative, they haven't been caused by something. But again, there's so very much that they do not understand about the mind. We have cleansing here, releasing the old, energetic tune-up and new beginnings. And ride the waves, life lessons and growth. You will get through this. So that's a message for you for sure. Current dreams, future realities, new beginnings was here. And at the bottom of the deck, rejuvenate, recovery, time to heal, it's safe to stop. And then in the healing deck, oh yeah, and yeah, all is well. Even when we don't understand how all is well, all is well. Fortunately, she has a parent that's in her corner and genuinely trying to understand and, not bailing or getting overwhelmed or judging her. And that's the main thing that she needs is someone that's there in her corner. Let me see. Life lessons again. The first step is taken. You have asked for help. Yeah, that's genuinely true as well. If the world around you seems turbulent, stop. Your life plan is unfolding as it should. And again, who knows? I can't promise anything, but I just, for some reason, the thought is running through my mind as part of her development and evolution. That's kind of what I heard, part of her development and evolution. So I don't know if this is something that she's going to struggle with for a short time or if it's going to be a longer term scenario, but that's just what I heard, part of her development and evolution. Um, let's look here and see what the fairies got to say. It is kind of hard to watch, but just seeing how, like I said, he wasn't ever able to quote unquote cure the scenario, but he learned to live with it in a way that he could function in life. That was my main thing, that because who knows how and why those things happen. Like I said, the mind is so interesting and amazing. And down the line, you never know whether or not, if it is genuinely part of her growth, her expansion, her evolution, she may be able to respond to energetic healing at some point to get some relief or some kind of way to merge it, balance it, what have you. Some receive messages. That's what I'm saying. You really just kind of have to ride it out to see how how it plays out and how it expresses. You know what I'm saying? For some people, it's very, very fractured and it's a very turbulent. And I know it can be probably kind of scary, feeling out of control at first, but Oh, have you ever? Did you ever see Frankie and Alice? That was really good too. Another true story. Halle Berry was in that one, and she actually became. I think she was a school teacher too. She became a school teacher, lived her life, all the rest of that. But like I said, part of the battle is identifying it and getting someone that you can relate to actually help her with it. But that was an amazing movie as well. Let me see. Here we go. We got the singer of healing. Yeah, and honestly, that's what I say. The way that message came through as being part of her process, it was kind of repeating. So I really think that that may be true because, like I say, I just work here. When the message come through, I just tell you what I heard. I said, little birdie told me. This is healing of body, mind, and spirit with the singer of healing. The song of this singer has the power of healing deep wounds of the spirit, wounds that can destroy mortals or immortals alike, faith betrayed, love dishonored, trust abandoned, and other injuries of the spirit all inflict serious wounds, which are reflected in the body's illnesses and injuries. Through the song of healing, we may be restored and renewed, but only if the wounded one is prepared to forgive and let go, returning to love and compassion. As always, with all gifts of spirit, healing is offered, not forced, and requires active participation on our part. True healing must take place on all levels at once: body, mind, and spirit. These levels are inextricably linked, all one piece, and we cannot expect to change one without changing the others. Our bodies do not do things all on their own. The links between different aspects of being are many, complex, and often obscure, and yet the principle of healing them is simplicity itself. We need only to let go of the things that are hurting us and nurture ourselves with the things that benefit us. So simple, so difficult. The song of healing is present everywhere, and like the other aspects of the great song of ecstasis, it is without limit. Healing can seem so complex as we dig our way through all our blocks and resistances and old stuff, but in the end, it is simply letting go and opening up. Learn everything you can from others. There is a lot of good information out there. Just keep the essential simplicity of the process in mind, and you won't go far wrong. This is the healer's card, and its presence in a reading may speak of healing to be given or of healing to be received. The circumstances and processes of reaching well being may seem easy or they may bring great challenges. In either case, we are asked to participate in our own healing as we are strengthened by this singer. More usually, this singer speaks of both giving and receiving because we cannot truly and freely give without receiving as well. Healing is something that flows through us, not from us, and as such, we are inevitably affected by its passage. Drawing this card tells us of both a need and an opportunity for healing ourselves and perhaps others as well. As Warren, one of my teachers, said, healing is not something you do, it's something you are. Yeah, definitely. It's a really good movie. I've seen it a couple times, but yeah, she it genuinely took finding the right person to reach her to be able to help her, and her story was just kind of amazing to me, especially knowing that it was based on a true story, you know. And then we have the bright mother here. This is creativity, nurturing, productivity, intimacy, and sheltering. When the bright mother is present in a reading, she speaks of a time of fertility, creativity, and nurturing of ourselves or of others. She might indicate marriage or the birth of a child or a deepening of any kind of relationship. She also speaks of giving one's all to life, not holding back. She's like a cornucopia pouring forth abundance. This may be a time to put the needs of others first, take care of yourself later. Patience may be needed for the process being discussed. Consider what you have. Acknowledge the people and things in your life, good, bad, and indifferent. The consideration is not to judge, approve, or reject. but merely to recognize what is present in your life. These are your present fulfillments, the things you have created for yourself, drawing upon the power of unity in the singers or not, as the case may be. Once you've looked clearly at what is present in your life, you may want to ask yourself what you want to change. So I think that's just a message giving you a little encouragement because, I mean, you're very much going to be key and part and parcel of her treatment. I'm not even going to say healing because I can't put that responsibility on you. You haven't missed your turn, Jade, no. But yeah, caregivers need care too. So I think that's a message for you. And taking the self is about mental synthesis and discernment. What we see here is mental quickness, adaptability, and enthusiasm. Ideas and opinions abound. A few are brilliant, but others vary from mediocre to downright silly. Be selective. Mental and psychic abilities may be awakening. Independent thinking is in operation. New ideas and new versions of old ideas are creating an exciting, effervescent atmosphere. Avoid excess and extremes. Minds may change often as new ideas and new ways of seeing bubble to the surface. Out of conflict and confusion, resolved by goodwill and clear thinking, a new and better understanding may come. And that's kind of what I was thinking about before. In actual cases of diagnosed schizophrenia, I don't think traditional meditation is normally advised right away, but there may still be ways to help her soothe her energy and her thinking and work through some of her traumas and things that may have led to that. But sometimes I think, and again, I'm not a professional, so you can take what I see. If it feels good to you, take it. If not, toss it out the window. But I believe from the little bit that the things that I've read and take, again, not a board trained psychologist or anything, but I think sometimes the fractures are because of extreme brilliance. I just really do. I mean, yeah, there are things that lead up to the sequestering off of compartmentalized personalities because we all have the potential for it. We all have different personalities and masks, but we usually integrate them smoothly. And in the case of schizophrenia, they can't. They're extremely compartmentalized, but it may just be because of being overwhelmed by brilliance. Let me see. We've got in the Christ consciousness deck. I wanted to look at living from the heart. I think that might be the card we need to look at here. We had children with cherish and enter their world. Paul with awakening and transformation. But the card I think we're supposed to actually read from, is living from the heart, soften and open. To understand what living from the heart is, we need to appreciate first what it is not. The Gospels make it clear that a hardened heart is one that cannot see or hear God. Then not only do we fail to understand the consequences of our actions, but we are blind and deaf to being able to witness how God can work through any situation, event, or person. This is particularly true when faced with a challenge where we immediately block the opportunity for breakthrough and instead focus on the problems that are there. The disciples are admonished for being unable to see or understand even after they've seen miracles previously happen in the same circumstances. When faced with tainted yeast from Herod and the Pharisees, they worry about having no bread until Jesus reminds them of the feeding of the 5,000. Living from the heart, therefore, is about trust and being able to see the highest potential, the path through which God can work even in the most unseen or unlikely places. In our own lives, it is too easy to self sabotage, have doubts, be unclear, or focus on unwinnable odds. Yet, if we soften our hearts and open to see and hear God, we hold the key that makes anything possible. The heart is also the mechanism through which we both give and receive. It stands to reason that if we have closed our hearts due to fear, past circumstances, skepticism, and more, we will fail to be able to receive the gift, bounty, and way out of our predicament. Ego, pride, and foolishness, too, can prevent us from receiving the answers and help we seek. This can also arise from falling into victim consciousness, the belief that nothing ever good happens to me or that I am unlucky and undeserving in some way. Jesus always taught that everyone was deserving of love, and our heart has not forgotten this promise. The adage to trust our heart is one that we have all heard but often fail to put into practice. We doubt our heart can be corrected when we feel or intrinsically know something or are prompted to try something new, visit somewhere, or try out for a new job or job role. Living from the heart is about recognizing that God works through these promptings, signs, and feelings, and that we are not wrong to trust them. In truth, when our hearts are as fully open as the lotus flower, life is richer and we send healing and pollinate the world with love, resulting in Christ consciousness in action. One open heart can open another, and so it continues, because when we are a witness for love, we create a chain reaction that helps balance and harmonize our world. To live from the heart necessitates us being vulnerable sometimes. We will also come up against those who are closed and intransigent and may well be triggered by our goodness, since shining a light can make others very aware of their own lack of brilliance. Staying humble and non judgmental and holding compassion while the messy part of evolving takes place for us and others is key. The lotus grows and must push through mud to show its beauty, becoming one of the most stunning flowers. And as such, we too can burst out of our difficulties, limited mindsets, and ego and arrive at the heart's portal to birth new worlds today. You said the singing card was a wow for you? You had out of body experience with the song that was healing you to the point that if it lasted longer, you would emerge. Ooh, don't do that. I mean, merge, yes, but do come back. We need you here for a bit longer. We definitely need you. Hey, Brittany, welcome, welcome. Good to have you in here, my dear. Yay, I'm glad you caught us too. Let me write this down. As I was reading that, Valerie, the thought came to me, and I don't know if it, honestly, but again, I just got to say what I have to say. So the thought came to me: have you ever considered getting Reiki attuned or certified, so that, not saying that she can't receive distance from somebody else, but you are linked with her, you're attached, you are entangled with her in a way that others may not, and especially because of what she's going through right now emotionally and mentally, she may not be open to the idea of sitting down on a regular basis to have distance Reiki with a stranger, but she might be able to receive it from you. So it is just a thought, and if you get a chance to visit her or whatever, Reiki might help her. I don't know if it can or not. I'm sure that's not something that the doctors would necessarily recommend, but it is energy healing. It is flowing that universal life force energy. It can't hurt, that's for sure. But it's just, that was a thought that kind of came to me as I was reading that card, so I just had to share it with you. And then lastly, we're going to look at the Metatron cards. I see we got Mother Earth with grounding and support, gold with cup of replenishment, and then 34 ancestors, appreciation and healing. I think it's, gold that we need to look at. I think, or maybe not. Maybe ancestors. Let me see. Oh, okay. Yeah. I really think it's gold, but let me. I mean, I think it's ancestors, but let me look here. Our ancestors live on through us and within us. Now is the time to remember where you've come from and what you may have inherited via your DNA, genetic memories, patterns, behaviors. Always remembering that our ancestors did the best they could with what they knew at the time and the circumstances in which they lived their lives. Those on the other side of the veil often stand with us, waiting for forgiveness, acknowledgement, and freedom from pain that they were not able to clear while alive. Freeing them frees us. Healing is not limited to any one time, place, and event. Its effects are far reaching and cross many realms of existence. Archangel Metatron, who has been in existence since this earth was created, has seen everything that has happened to you and your family, including members you never met, going back generation after generation. Repetitive issues or circumstances seem to play out again and again in families: poverty, alcoholism, infidelity, broken marriages, failed businesses. We have to heal the ancestors too, and with Metatron's help, you can do this by taking that healing back through the family line and then forward to future generations where DNA has been cleaned and the memories of past challenges replaced by optimistic strands to be planted in new, fertile lives. Think about what needs healing in your family line today and bring this to the light for clearing. The image on this card also asks us to acknowledge all of the beauty of our ancestral line. You are the product of all of them, a survivor who has their strengths and talents and gifts. Maybe some of these were unexpressed in their lifetime, but you can do it for them now, and they will always encourage you on. Like the nurse in the 1920s who had no modern medicine to prevent many from dying, but her grandchild in the present is equipped to heal mind, body, and soul. Or great grandparents who painted and were creative carried that into the young child now who displays enormous gifts and everyone wonders where it came from. There is so much ability and help unseen most of the time from the past and from the future. Take a moment to look at this image and see yourself as part of something much bigger than you can ever imagine. These souls are part of your soul group, always there and present if called. Realize, too, that the ancient figure at the back of the line may be the new child now cradled in the Father's arms. The flow of love between the generations is constantly rebirthing itself and remembering what it is to be human. You are able to call on your ancestors at this time to help you. They will cheer you on and they will you on and cheer from afar. So she's not open to it at all, but because of her state of mind, you're seeking permission from the ancestors to contact her oversoul to do that Reiki healing. Yeah, yeah. And you may have to, like you said, because if she, and again, you have authority to do that as her mother in ways that I do not have. Because you're doing, like I said, that is ancestral work that you're doing for your lineage and your baby. So you can, I honestly think that that is something that you might want to. There's a reason these cards come out, and I'm led to read the ones that I do. So yeah, I really think that that's something that you might be able to take up with the ancestors a little bit. Okay. Beautiful. Please keep us posted as to how she's doing or how how that's working out for you. All right, all right, all right. We have completed with Miss Valerie. Mm-mm. Trina Monique, is that the one we had to get rid of because she was busy in here calling down people's names and stuff? I think she was Trina Monique Hearn. Hey, Seuss, are you still here? Hey, Seuss LeBlanc. Sunrise Jesus, are you still here? Moving on. Queen Soul One, are you here? Yeah, that was a nice ending to that one, Niana. Queen Soul One. Barbara Murphy, are you still here? Trina Monique, Jesus LeBlanc, Sunrise Jesus, Queen Soul One. Any of you? Oh, you are so very welcome, my dear. It's my pleasure. I hope it brought you some comfort. That's like I said, that's what it's all about. I am honored. And she's gonna be all right. She'll remain in our prayers, and we'll continue doing what we can from the sidelines, propping you up, cheering you on. However it goes, we all rooting for her healing. All right, all right. Moving right along. Jesus LeBlanc, Sunrise Jesus, Queen Soul One. If you're here, please speak up. If not, Jade Joseph, are you still here, dear? Jade Joseph. Oh, you're welcome, darling. Don't make me cry. Shoot. I appreciate the fact that you're willing to entrust me, you like say you trust spirit or me to be able to read for you and bring you some kind of comfort in this time of need. Cause I get it. I definitely get. I mean, yeah, I completely get it. Oh, Barbara, yay! If you place your question in the chat box, my dear, we can get started. All right, all right. I'll put that back later. Just waiting on your question, Miss Barbara. And while I'm doing that, y'all watch your ears. I'm gonna clean the air a little bit. Barbara Murray, if you would please type your question in the chat box so that I can go ahead and start pulling your deck so we can get started on your questions, please. Oh, said too many, so a general. All right. All right, all right. That said, I picked up half of that deck without even realizing it. Mm-mm-mm-mm. All right, Miss Barbara. Let's see what we got. What we got. Barbara, bear with me a moment. I need to step away for just a little bit. The little girl's room calls. I will be back in just a flash. All right, Miss Barbara, are you still here? My apologies, dear. Let me get myself mic back up. All right, appreciate you. Thank you for your patience. Ooh. You want to be put back on the list? Okay, no problem. We'll get you here. Okay. One thing I see here, Miss Barbara, at the bottom of this deck, I didn't even mean to flip it over. I was pulling decks, and when I got up, I just put the deck down, but a change in the wind is right here. So looks like something is coming your way. Ooh, an unfinished symphony is at the split. Let's see what comes out of the deck, though. Oh, honey, I think a change is coming for everybody, though, for real. Whether they realize it or not, we just hope it's a good one for you. Something I think it's gonna be a good one. Ooh, TikTok came back out. So yeah, um, not trying to rush you, but it do look like something is gonna be forthcoming. Ooh, wait a minute. Peace was here though, also. So I don't know if you got something going on that you need a more peaceful resolution for. Maybe. Time to go. Yeah, some kind of change is coming for you, ma'am, in the whole not too distant future. It's time to go. Let's see if we can figure out what is time to go for. What kind of go plan is spirit showing for you? Structure, foundation, wants to build a foundation, balance, building is slow and steady. Oh, is it something to do with your belief systems, or we're gonna see that? Like I said, that was just at the split, so we got to see what's going on. Something not wanting you to see this reading, it keeps coming in and out. Ooh. Okay, we are at 2 hours and 2 minutes. Ooh, 12222 just flashed on my timer. So if you have to leave the reading when I upload it, it probably won't finish uploading till tomorrow. But you would come in right around 2 hours into this reading, into this session, and you'll be able to find your reading. It should, if you can't see it now. But at present, you're attracting something. Gratitude, abundance, tranquility, and success is here. So stability, flow, trying to balance, juggling, uncertainty, stressful choices, and chaos. So with TikTok, peace, and time to go is basically saying that, yeah, probably is something that don't want you to see this reading because something big is coming your way. It looks like something you need to let go of or get gone in your life that's kind of holding things up. This is the death card that just came out: endings, resilience, transformation, and power. And then I'm seeing union here, soulmate energy, decisions, proposals, integration of yin and yang energies. Now, all the time, years of numbers. Oh, wow. My question is, okay, you got an ending happening here, and then this soulmate energy. Is there something going on with your partner, or are you trying to call in a partner? It says something about an integration of yin and yang, so it may not even have anything to do with a partner at all. It might be a balancing of your divine masculine and feminine within you, especially with this Pluto and letting go, this TikTok and time to go. This may have to do with your spiritual transformation. Soulmate energy is here, but it could genuinely be emerging with your higher self or inner being, not necessarily another person, especially if you already in relationship or partnership with someone, unless it's something that you know you need to let go of and just don't want to. Because I get that. Especially those of us that are on an ascension path, sometimes we're in older relationships and we just really don't, we know they're not as productive as they should be. We know that they haven't really bought us the measure of success that we like to see or have, but we hang on to them because it's familiar, even if it's painfully familiar. You see, oh, well, thank you, Valerie. I certainly appreciate that. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yeah. Oh, the cup of coffee. Yeah, I would say the last go round, you were very generous. I appreciated that as well. If anyone has felt called to do that, my coffee link is on the about page and on the home page of the channel as well. Like I said, not required, always appreciated. The Sun card is here though with strength. So, Barbara, it says empowerment, heart chakra opening, compassion, health, happiness, and truth revealed. So, you don't have to confirm if you don't want to, but I really think that soulmate energy thing that's coming along, letting go, soulmate energy, and then the Sun, it feels like, ooh, at the bottom of the deck, what you don't see coming is Venus with an offer, romance, love, beauty, creative arts, wealth, harmony, attraction, and some kind of offer. Now, again, if you're married and you feel like you're happily married, this is not saying that your marriage is gonna fall apart. But if there are issues there, honestly, this looks like either, and it may not even be a marriage partner or a romantic partner. It could be a family member, a co-worker, some kind of other high-level soulmate. It looks like letting go of some kind of a relationship and finding balance within yourself in order to become more, like I said, being able to speak your truth, becoming more empowered. And when you do, it's going to lead to some kind of a level up, either within a creative project or bringing in some kind of, okay, okay. I hesitate when I see that card come out because some people be in relationships that they need to let go of, but they don't want to. And so it still shows up like single energy. But then whenever I say a soulmate coming in, they be like, well, I'm married. And, you know, and sometimes you can be married and there's a cause for a leveling up because we have to remember we're all in this process of this spiritual evolution happening. Some of those people will evolve along with us and it'll be like a revamping of the relationship. Some of them will vibrate out of our experience and we're just not going we can hang on to them if we're stuck in religiosity and feel like we got to hold on to them because of that till death do us part nonsense. But why would you keep holding if we're encouraged to get rid of everything that is not serving us well and we get rid of all the friends, the coworkers, the toxic jobs, the toxic family and all the rest of that. If the toxicity is literally snoring in our face every night, why do we have to hold on to that just because we said that on the altar of a church to a God that we didn't even know at the time was the devil? Very traumatic, yeah. Seem to be reliving the same person, different. But oh yeah, that part, girl. Join the club. Join the club. Cause see, now I see what I'm saying. See, yeah. Okay. Okay. Now it makes sense. Thank you. Thank you. So you are full of love. The fact that it's 211 here, but yay, Amanda. Absolutely. What you just said now, these cards make perfect sense, Barbara, because it's not an either or, it's a both. It is calling for you to let go of those unhelpful energies that don't serve you well. Do spend the time alone, like you said, cleanse your energy. And when you get over that or clear that energy and start ascending into your divine feminine, eventually there will be a romantic offer coming in, but it will be from a different vantage point. You're not gonna keep do like I say, you've done the cycles of the same energy, different face, different place, but doing this serial monogamy with these traumatic relationships. And don't feel bad, I did it too. There's several of us here that's in this room or in this particular soul family that has been our path, because as an imbalanced empath, we keep wanting to see the best in people and we didn't understand where we were at, where we were in our spiritual walk. We couldn't even see it at the time. You have to address those unhealed traumas, usually going all the way back to childhood and the family and everything else, not to mention what gets stacked on from each one of those traumatic relationships. And it genuinely takes sometimes years of sitting in a time out to reflect on it, heal from it, Let go of the blame game, let go of the guilt and shame, let go of the anger and the hurt and all of that stuff, to where you can begin to see the blessing in the mess. Like I said, learn to bless your mess. And at that point, when your energy starts to rise, when you do manifest love back into your life, it'll be from a different, completely different energy standpoint, and it'll be something beautiful. Ooh, look at what's at the bottom of this deck. Proposal. A romantic or business opportunity is indicated. So maybe your this TikTok and time to go might be indicating that you are coming close to a time for the ending of that cycle and love coming back into your life. Hey Rick, I'm gonna place you on the list. You're gonna have to wait till we get to you. I'll be more than happy to help, but yeah, hold on. Yeah, don't go nowhere though. So, yeah, Jade, you keep ducking in and out rather quickly, so I would encourage you to stick around. I did call your name, but you know, I had to go back to somebody else that answered on the list. So yeah, don't go nowhere. Yeah, it's just a glitch in the matrix. Honestly, it's not necessarily a glitch in the matrix per se, or maybe the part about them not wanting you to see this reading might be a glitch in the matrix for sure. But what we've done, I think a lot of us did that because we first off, we're awakening to help with the mass awakening of those that will be awakening behind us as light workers. And we can't teach what we don't know. So a lot of us walked that path and made those mistakes. And they're not even necessarily mistakes. Like I say, it's your path of growth and evolution. Okay. Because there's several huge karmic cycles that are lessons, if you will, that are playing out in this reality as we go through this portion of the matrix. Um, the narcissist empath paradigm is very strong. Narcissist empath, sociopath empath sort of thing. Codependency is huge. Domestic violence, unfortunately, is a huge one. Um, Yeah, I mean, and typical. Oh my goodness, the other one is mama and daddy issues translating into wanton promiscuity, because we do live in a very hypersexualized culture, and they turned around and gave us birth control and the feminist movement and all that other stuff, and a lot of times people that have those kinds of mama and daddy issues at home, when they get out on their own and they in the grown adult world, it translates into basically screwing their way through the phone book. And then when they start settling down, they got these all these raggedy energies in there, and they basically start attracting and going into relationship with the same kind of low vibrational energies over and over and over until they heal and understand what caused that and start ascending up out of that pattern. And it's just you, like you said, you set aside and been alone for a while, Barbara, and you were doing it maybe in marriage, but like you said, it was uncomfortable, it was toxic, it was all of that. But you did the work alone, and now, like I said, peace, time to go, peace, tick tock. So it looks like that cycle of aloneness might be coming to an end, because we see this offer of love coming. And let's see what else we got coming here. Unity. A time of divine understanding, renewal, peace, and hope. You radiate and attract great love. Ooh, Snake was here, so it was something here that you definitely were right to look out for. It says your intuition and healing powers will guide you to a better path. Just be careful. You've been celibate for months. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You did it. That's what I'm saying with this TikTok and time to go. You have found your peace. You've broken the cycle. So when you get ready to get back out there, it looks like an offer may be coming. It's going to be dramatically different than what you may have been through in the past. You did the work. So good job. Progress is positive and personal goals will be achieved. New beginnings and directions and adventures await for those ready to let go of the past. You did that. You did that. Celebrations. You are ready to bring new and exciting things into your life. Yep. Oh, you're saying you didn't have family from a very young age. And honestly, abandonment issues, I forgot to mention those because very often when we do get tossed out of family for whatever reason, whether we are genuinely orphaned at a young age or spiritually orphaned at a young age, getting tossed out in the world at a very young age with no family support can do the same thing as having mama and daddy issues. It really can. And even if it didn't put you in a path of promiscuity, it probably energetically made you low hanging fruit to some very unpleasant energies. Like you said, you were basically manifesting the same partner over and over again until you put a stop to it. Like you said, you went through the cycles of celibacy to get that nasty energy up off of you. But now the time is coming for your cycle of aloneness to be over with. And it's going to be much better than what you manufactured in the past. And again, nobody should feel bad about these things. It's just a matter of acknowledging what they are and being able to heal them because we're all wounded warriors. I don't know nobody that don't have some kind of a dysfunctional, either dysfunctional family or absent family, one of the two. And sometimes I think the ones with the absent family are lucky because the ones that got dysfunctional family, them family members don't never want to let go. They just stick around like sticky boogers. You know what I mean? They could do more damage than the ones that just went ahead and hauled butt and left you alone, you know? Envy is here, a life with not many to no friends. Use discernment in friendships, repeatedly encountering envy in life, because you ain't regular. You destined for something. And so it may have expressed itself that way. Self love, busting through your limiting beliefs, you'll discover a self worth, a long journey to self love. You, like you said, I think this journey is just about over. Ooh. Spirit baby, lessons you learn from your child, a child meant to do great things. You will become a parent in this life. I don't know if that's yours or not. It's at the bottom of the deck. That indicates what you don't see coming. So I don't know if you still of childbearing years or not, but might be a spirit baby heading your way. A path dedicated to romantic love. Main life lessons will be heart based on earth to obtain emotional wisdom. I really think your season of aloneness is about to end. This deck is not a love deck, okay? And you see how many it's like self love, this, that. Ancestors is here clearing ancestral agreements, pain, trauma, limiting beliefs, imprints, healing, ancestral line, and future. Yeah, I think now that you've done you cleared quite a few karmic lessons whether you realize it or not, and now that you've done that, it looks like you're going to get back to basically addressing freeing your inner child. You or your inner child or your inner teen are going to have some fun. It's exercising free will in life, exploring, expressing liberty. Yeah, so this is talking about the teenage soul. It has spirit baby here in teenage soul. It looks like you getting ready to enter a phase in life where you will be addressing that. Now, let me see. This was not the reading I set out to do, but it's the one that wound up coming out, and I ain't mad. Hold on, let me see here. Success and happiness are coming. Enjoy and celebrate life is here. Awaken all your senses, slow down and become aware of them. And like I said, I think you did that in the downtime, in the alone time or whatever. You are experiencing a spiritual blossoming. Take a new direction and be open to new experiences. At the bottom of the day, we have listen to the eternal song of your soul, tune into it and learn to trust it. It's time for a change. Do not wait or put off decisions any longer. And we need it. Feel the power of your blood and your ancestors. You are not alone. So even though you may not have felt you had family, per se backing you. The ancestors was been right here, and they are cheering you on mightily. Let's pull a little bit of tarot because I'm just nosy now. This is interesting. This card wasn't even supposed to be here. Night's Veil was here. Under the moonlight, hidden desires and fears quietly awaken. Face your inner self. And again, I really think you did that. So again, Rick, you're going to have to wait your turn, my love. I don't have no problem reading for you if you're willing to wait, but you can't just, like I wouldn't let nobody crash your session, I can't let you crash someone else's session. Now, interestingly enough, Barbara, interestingly enough, again, I was getting this deck together, and when I tapped it down, I realized there was a couple of other cards that did not fit in it from another tarot deck. Now, the cards that were here, and I pay attention because usually the hitchhikers mean something too. You're okay, Rick. You're fine. Just letting you know. We have the Seven of Pentacles, so you set the seeds for this. You planted them. This has been, like I said, in that downtime and the alone time and the celibacy time, you were doing the spiritual work, even when you may not have realized you were doing it. It's going to lead to emotional fulfillment. The Ten of Cups is here, and the Four of Wands. This is a marriage card in the deck. They call it the 1111. And the keywords on this particular deck: divine coupling, homecoming, and commemoration. Four of Wands. It also represents your ships coming in if it doesn't lead to a relationship. But in this instance, I believe it is going to lead to some kind of a relationship here. Now, let me see what other tarot comes out with this. What the what? How do I keep doing that? Getting this deck all discombobulated. Hold on. It's the second time I'd have messed up a deck today. And my ADD will not let me just leave it. I can't. I just can't. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh my gosh. My apologies, but it's all jacked up, and like I said, I can't function with it like this. That comes from me not looking when I was starting to shuffle, I think. Oh, the frequency in my head just shifted, y'all. I hear that humming all the time to the point that I really only pay real attention to it when it do shift, but it just downshifted big time. I ain't even looked at to see what the Schumann frequency is doing recently, because yeah, it'd be all over the place too. Welcome back, Jade. I'm glad to see you here. The Ten of Swords. Yep, you're closing this cycle out right here. Ooh, and the Ten of Pentacles is at the bottom. So the Ten of Cups came out of another deck. The Ten of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles is here as well, which is generational wealth, long-term success. The Ten of Swords is ending this painful cycle. Ten of Cups is emotional fulfillment. The only 10 we waiting on now is the Ten of Wands, and that's burden. So if it don't show up, it's cool because you finished that part. You done with that. Oh, we got the Age of Aquarius here, which is an awakening ascension card. The Two of Pentacles, which is finding that balance, is choice. But it also, the Two of Cups is more of a relation card. But in this one, it looks like a relationship card for you. So I genuinely think that is coming for you. The Emperor is here. And oh my goodness, the Golden Eye of Fate. This is literally like the jackpot card in this particular deck. It does not come out very often at all, but it is here for you. Wow, good job. Two of Swords was at the top of the deck with the Knight of Cups and Justice. and blueprint. And Three of Pentacles. Some kind of a group dynamic. Yeah. This is coming in for you. I don't know if we can get timing on this, but it does look like there is definitely a change in the wind coming for you. Let me see if we can get some timing before I scoot with this, but this looks really, really good. I think you've done the spiritual work and it's your time to shine, dear. Well, there's a yes here, but that's not timing, so hold on. But that is a confirmation of what we just said. Is there timing to be offered here? Not yet. Can I get timing on this for Barbara? Spirit? Is there something coming up soon for her? Says you're ready, but it doesn't. I'm trying to get some timing. Romance came out. Come on now. I need timing, timing, timing. Ask your angels. Okay. You doing the right thing. It's still not giving me timing. So maybe that means that that's between you and spirit for the timing. I got one other deck I can try to get some timing out of and see if it will come. But it's kind of sort of up to you. Maybe there's another little round of just a little bit of spiritual buttoning up to be ready for it. I'm not sure exactly why timing is not coming out, but that could have something to do with it. But definitely take it up in meditation with your guides. They may be able to be a little more specific on the timing. But just know that, like I said, it looks like you're ready and it is going to happen. No, that's not timing. If I go through this whole deck of cards and not one timing card come out, then that just let me know spirit ain't wanting you to know right now. Oh, it says perfect timing came out, but it's not telling me when. It just says clock. Perfect timing, origins, culmination, incremental, longevity, unstoppable, stands the test of time. We got bellows here, catalyst, hummingbird, enjoyment, be present, rapid response. Child is here with beginnings, brand new. The moon is here with the subconscious mind, but there's no timing on that. That is the high priestess card, third person. No. Pluto, the great revealer, that is judgment, total transformation. Ah, Gemini right here. It could, couple of options here. This is the Lovers card, incidentally. And the timing here, it says either within 4 to 8 weeks or sometime during the spring from May 22nd to June 21st. So if it doesn't happen within the next couple of months, sometime between now and the end, like the beginning of summer next year, you might be very well be coming into alignment with a more compatible partner than has come towards your way in the past. It says guidance here, lighthouse, detour, safe passage, eagle, challenging the status quo. We got magnifying glass, get more info and clarity. Rider is here with messenger movement and travel, full speed ahead. The element of air, likely it's developing. Like I said, this person may still be being prepared for you as well. You've been doing your work. They've probably been somewhere being leveled up by spirit likewise. And now your guides, angels, ancestors, the universe, however you that plays out for you, is gonna have to put all of the moving parts into place to bring y'all together. But it's happening. Stork is here with transformation and change. Um, Lion, fair, just, devoted, heart centered. Ooh, Whip is here. That might get a little kinky, but okay. Tornado is here. This is something about liberating, over and done. The end, like I said, you're coming at the end of this cycle of aloneness and home, belonging, roots, boundaries, framework, structured. So yeah, That's a broad window. It's not giving specific timing, but like you said, you've been alone for a long time. So if it take between now and next summer to meet somebody and get something rolling, you ain't in no rush, and that's a good thing. That's one of the reasons it's able to come to you. But it is something coming. All right, Miss Barbara. I hope that gave you some encouragement, something to look forward to, and good job doing the spiritual work and getting out of your own way and all of that to get them. Like I say, you look like you kissed a few frogs, but your prince is on the way. So good job. All right, all right. Now let's see who else is next. That was Barbara. All right, Valerie. I'm gonna scratch this Trini Monique Hearn off because I'm pretty sure that's the one we had to get rid of because she was in here doing the wrong thing. Valerie, Jesus, LeBlanc, Sunrise, Jesus, or Queen Soul One. Are any of you all here? Oh, you're so very welcome, Barbara. Yep. And when you do, when they ease on into your life, come on back and let us know. Inquiring minds like me want to know. I love love anyway. And like I say, I feel you on this because I did the same darn thing. So I'm waiting on mine to line up as well. People just don't even understand the value of celibacy. Anybody that's been through raggedy relationships, I highly recommend a period of celibacy and growth. It breaks those toxic bonds so that you can bring something new in. People keep wondering why they keep manifesting a version of the same old raggedy relationship because they ain't patient enough to let the stank of the old get all the way off of them before they go jumping in another situation. That's why. So good job for you not doing that. All right. So none of those other above mentioned folks came in. Jesus LeBlanc, Sunrise, Jesus, Queen Soul One, or Valerie Blakely. None of y'all popped in. Jade Joseph, it is your turn, my dear. Please place your question in the box and we'll get rolling with you. And after Jade, it's Amanda for a quick refashion of a question, then Brittany, then Cece, then Rick. And Rick, don't go too far because Brittany and Cece's was just a quick double back for another question. It's not going to be a full reading. It's just a secondary question that they had come up. So it won't take super long. Jade, if you're here, please place your question in the box. Ooh, excuse me. Uh-oh, I gotta plug my phone up, y'all. Ooh. Jade Joseph, if you're here, it's your turn. And if not, if you can't answer within the next 30 to 60 seconds or so, just type a yes in there or something so I know you're here. Other than that, Amanda, it will be your turn next. All right, Amanda, it's up to you. What was your question, dear? Because Jade did not come back in. She said she was here, but I asked for her question a bunch of different times and she didn't say nothing. So she must have ducked back out. Maybe she's having connection issues. I can take your question, Amanda, while we're waiting on her. Ooh. I don't know if these are your cards or not. I'm gonna wait till I hear the question before I say anything. I was just randomly shuffling and pulling some cards out of a deck that I pulled here, but I like it. Ms. Yates, you gonna put your question in here, baby? Business is off the ground, financially stable, as opposed to looking to a job to fulfill this task before you and your son can ascend out of here. This is your card. I think these are your cards. Again, I wasn't sure, so I wanted to wait and figure out why. Because I don't think I picked this card up very much, this deck very much, but I said a few months ago you were doing ride share and was making the money you needed to get things handled, or your guys wanted you to do this as opposed to working a 9 to 5. We can ask on that, but the cards that came out here so far were healing the heart, it is what it is, broken open, close encounters, and bearing fruit with time machines. So honestly, to me, that would kind of say with that, especially with the is what it is, to stay put and get a decent financial foundation if you can stand to. Now, as far as the time, the ride share scenario, let's see. Spirit, should she do the ride share situation as opposed to working a 9 to 5? Said not the right time. A year from now, reconsider. Wait a minute. See if we can get a yes or no. Is she supposed to be doing ride share as opposed to the 9 to 5? This is. Let me try one more time. I think maybe not. What are you in a dangerous area or something? There's something better. Now, one thing I would encourage you to do is do ride share as much as you can until you get a job. But you said you wanted to work from home. Maybe do ride share until you get. I mean, you've already in the interviewing process for this other job. So, truthfully, if they offer it to you, you might as well see what's going on. Just until your business is off the ground. Okay. So you saying stay home with your mom and do ride share as opposed to getting a job. Even still, even if you get the job, I wouldn't tell her how much you're making. Give her what she asked for and still stack your paper until you're comfortable moving out because it's just a crazy economy right now. But let's see. The situation will improve. Hold on. She says, wait, ask your angels within the next few weeks. I keep trying to get a direct yes or no, but it's saying wait, ask your angels, and within the next few weeks. So, just do you want her to stay with her mom until the business is off the ground and financially successful, as opposed to looking to a job to fulfill the task before her and her son can ascend out of that situation, spirit? What would you have her do? Should she stay with her mom until the business is off the ground? Opportunity and big happy changes. I think that means yes. I was hoping for an absolute yes. Yeah, within the next few weeks. If you're able to do the ride share, especially with the holiday season coming up, that might, I would still continue to look for a job just because I know what you're trying to do. And even if you find something from home, you may be able to still supplement by doing ride share on your days off or after you get off from work or before you go to work or what have you. But anything that's going to help you be able to get your business established sooner rather than later, it that looks like it's going to kind of be an all hands in type thing. You say you put what in already as far as the job? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it was dangerous for you to do ride share, then I would say perhaps not. But if you're able, if you live in an area where you can do that and you're making $100 or more per day, and it's not putting too much wear and tear on your vehicle, I would say definitely stay registered with the ride share. If they offer you the job and the money is good and it's not, if it's not going to be too stressful for you, maybe kind of stack a little bit with that at least until you can get your business up and rolling. And then that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the ride share is fine, but it's a little bit unstable. If they offer you the job that you apply for and you're in process of doing the hiring process for, and that goes through, even if it pluck your last nerve, you could probably stand to work it at least for 3 or 4 months, maybe through the end of the year or into spring or whatever, to get your stuff going for your business. And then once you got everything stacked up for your business and got a few thousand in savings, then you can go back to doing ride share while you're promoting your business and getting it stable. Kind of work them both ends against the middle, you know? Do the ride share so you can buy the products that you need. Right. Or either or. That's what I'm saying. If you get the other job, don't turn it down because that's still a steady schedule, but you may be able to do a few hours ride share on the other side of your work day. I don't know how things will work out with your child care, with your baby or whatever, but that may be something that you could work in and around, or on your days off you can do ride share, and then on the other days however that works for you. But then once the job scenario, when you, because again I know you got to do a quick in and out, I'm the same way. In probably about 6 months is as long as you're going to be able to comfortably stand it. By the time the new is off of it, it's going to start getting on your nerves. But stack your paper as much as you can. Yeah, you're going to have to give mama her money, but that's still cheaper than if you was out there in an apartment on your own paying 2,000 plus for rent and the lights and the insurance and the. So give her money, put the rest in the bank. Don't tell her how much you making. Make her think it's minimal so that she's not pressing you, and stack your paper to get your business going. And then once you get all of your stuff together, you can get your supplies for your business, get your well, you got your LLC, get everything else together, and then once you got a few $1,000s cushion ahead of you, then you can let ride share kind of support you as you're getting that business situated. Look for a job, but until then, you was gonna do, yeah, absolutely. Do ride share so you can live, build your. If I had a car right now, I'd be doing ride share myself. So absolutely, if you can do it, do it. I just know I'm trying to get out of here. So climate, I can't, I'm not going to go into debt to get a car just to do ride share. So my situation is a little different, but yeah, we got willing release here in Divine Matrix. I really think that this is gonna, I think that's the way you're supposed to go. Call it a muse. Yep, you're being inspired and awakening genius. It may not seem like the ideal plan for somebody else, but sometimes, like I said, mamas, especially mamas that's up, get they got their back up against the wall. know how to make some miracles happen out of something out of damn near nothing, and that's what you finna do. Yeah. Yep. I honestly think that is because, like I said, I didn't get an absolute direct word yes or no, but with the way the cards came out, that really looks like that's what they're leading you to do. Kind of do both, sandwich them together, and do what you got to do. What came out here? Choose peace, trust, and clear and shield your energy. Stay focused. Come out of the closet. Focus upon your strengths. Yeah. Cause see, here's the thing. I know Mama is getting on your last daggone nerve. I know it, but I also know that the world has gone mad and it's stupid expensive to try to get out there and get rolling right now. So I think with that, it is what it is coming out. Spirit is saying, I know, but patience, grasshopper. She's annoying, but it ain't nearly as annoying as facing and stressing over facing eviction every month. So as long as you can work that scenario, work it, honey. Work it. And the way when you start getting your money up, that will allow you to go, you and your baby can go out to dinner or whatever. When she really start getting on your nerves, you can find ways to kind of ease away. I ain't saying you got to lie in her face, but just start telling her as little as you possibly can. Let your left hand know not what your right is doing. Give her her little rent money, but you also have to learn to speak up and speak your truth and let her know the day for her completely leaning on you like that, she got to cut that out and stand on her own. You're not obligated to continue taking care of all of her needs. You're going to give her her rent money as agreed upon, and she don't need to have her hand stuck out for you for nothing else. By the time you put your groceries in the house or whatever y'all agreed upon, and let her know, don't come to me for nothing else. When you overspend, you just done overspent and you doing without. I am saving towards something. I'm working towards a goal. You act like you want me out of here or whatever. I'm working towards getting sufficient for me and my child. Make sure you put it that way. You did what you needed to for your children when they were younger. Now I'm doing what I need to do for me and mine. And you can't keep your hand in my wallet like my money is your money, because it's not. Now I'm giving you your rent that we agreed upon. I'm chipping in on groceries as we agreed upon. Whatever the bill structure is that y'all got, get it in writing and give her money and let her know. Don't ask me for nothing else because I'm not obligated for nothing else. If you going out there living beyond your means, you just gonna be stuck out there beyond your means because you got to stop leaning on me. I'm not obligated to keep taking care of you. I got a child I got to raise, and it's not fair to me or my child for you to keep spending your way through my wages or something like that. Oh, goodness. And honestly, if you can, when you have that conversation, record it because you know how they get. Though I don't want to call her a narcissist, but it sounded to me like she probably got some narcissistic tendencies, and she gonna get amnesia even with the written agreement, even with everything else. So when you have that conversation, even if you have to do it surreptitiously and may not have to go to court, but you might want to record that and email that file to yourself somewhere later so that when she get amnesia and act like she don't remember that y'all had that conversation, you can play it for her. That part. Is there anything else, my dear? Jade Joseph, Queen Soul One, Sunrise Jesus, Jesus LeBlanc, or Valerie Blakely? Hey, Kalina, how are you? Valerie Blakely, Jesus LeBlanc, Sunrise Jesus, Queen Soul One, or Jade Joseph? Are any of you here in the room? I don't know what to tell you, honey. Again, I do 3, 4, 5 hour sessions at a time. I do not have the time to go in and rewatch those readings and go back and timestamp them. I don't. I'm so sorry. But if you got a question here, if you're willing to wait around once I get done, I have Brittany here. Brittany, are you here? Jade, Joseph, Brittany, Cece, or Rick? Are any of you present? She don't even know about the job that's in the pipeline. Amen. There you go. Or Ashe. You would really like this job to hire you that will propel the momentum. Yeah, that's why I say, even if it's only for 3 or 4 months, that's an income. That could be what launches your business. It could be, between that and the ride share or whatever, it satisfies her. It gets her up off your neck. Because if you don't have any income, whatever you get by way of ride share, she's going to be sticking there with her hand stuck out for it. Okay, yeah, Kalina, please do that. And next time, just jot it down, the date and the time or whatever, so that you can go back and find it. I do so many when I'm doing this. I genuinely cannot remember exactly what day it was, dear. Sorry. Uh, all right, Rick, you're up then. Since the rest of them, I'll have to double back to them. Please put your question in the chat. Wait a minute, you said what now? What's on text? Amanda, what's on text? Oh, you're good? Okay, good, good, good. Oh, hold on. I gotta go back and find your question all over again. Hold on, hold on. You're a male, 56. You lost your granddaughter, your sister, your brother, 2 nephews, 1 cousin, and your college graduate daughter. Killed her mom all in the same year. But you know God is in control. Why? Wow, brother. I'm so sorry for your losses. That's a lot. You're very welcome, Amanda. You really, really are welcome. I'm gonna look to see if it's a curse, but what just ran through my head, I don't think it's so much a curse as, I mean, it may be some generational stuff going on, but that don't mean it's your curse or your business. It may have been some stuff they was dealing with, but it doesn't mean it's got necessarily anything to do with you. But oh Lord, oh, I just made a mess for myself, but it's all good. Well, and I was about to say, Rick, here's the thing. It depends on which God you believe in. Now, I do see a Shala here, a Batala coming out, which is the divine one. It represents basically that Christic energy. But most of the people that say they believe in God, they don't even understand the way they've been bamboozled and what they are dealing with as far as what they look at for God. And again, I'm not trying to be seem insensitive or harsh. You experienced the loss and you're hurting because of that. But how or when someone exits this planet ain't got nothing to do with you, brother. It doesn't. That's their walk. Everybody leaves here by their own appointment. We get attached because we love those people, but that has nothing to do with them, with you. We're just affected by it because we love them. But nobody truthfully leaves here before their time. Some folks choose earlier exit points than others. Some people wind up lining up with tragedies and accidents and stuff. You have to remember, even if you're in a family, the people around you, everybody is here for their own ride on this rock. Now, for example, and again, I'm not trying to dig into anything in a disrespectful way, but for example, the daughter who unalived her mother, that's a painful, horrible, tragic scenario. But you don't know whether or not they've been at this for lifetimes. She literally could have followed her. They could have been blood sworn enemies in another lifetime and came here to this lifetime to finish playing that out. It could be a karmic contract between them. And it is painful when we see it, but you want to know if it's a curse upon you. And again, I don't think it. Here's the thing. I don't think it's so much of a curse on you as you may have been put down in the middle of a bunch of difficult scenarios as part of your growth and expansion. Maybe there's something that you needed to learn about coping with loss, recovery after loss, unconditional love, letting go of the anger and the hurt of massive loss to be able to see the bigger picture, the blessing within the lesson, so to speak. Um, and the only reason I say that, I lost a child that was born. Now the circumstances of her conception were very not necessarily good, and I went into labor mad early at like 6 weeks. She had had some amniotic banding happen. She had a lot of stuff went on, and she survived for 3 days. And then truthfully, I was at a point where the doctors were asking me to make the decision to take her off of life support. And I went and prayed about it, and I was upset and I couldn't do it. Well, that's not even entirely true. As hard as it was, I made up my mind to make the call. And quite literally, as I was picking up the phone, because I had gone back home that evening, and I was picking up the phone to make the call to the doctor about my decision, and they called me and let me know she had had a massive brain bleed and she passed without me having to make the call. Now, years later, like literally 20 something years later, in meditation, I actually connected with that energy, no longer in a baby format, but she gave me comfort and peace and kind of sort of let me know that that happened to teach, to bring me an experience that would give me an opportunity to be able to build compassion for those in that position and an opportunity to get a lesson in unconditional love. Took me a long time to be able to see it that way, but that's what it was. Karma is the first card out of this deck. Not necessarily yours, but a lot of those folks that were around you, you might have been in the middle of a family that was closing out a whole lot of painful, cosmic, karmic contracts with themselves, with each other, with what have you. But that's literally the first card that came out of this deck. And then the Ten of Air, the closing of cycles. This is the Ten of Swords. See them birds laid out? Yeah, over and done. Because this is a very pivotal lifetime for us. We're at the doorway. Okay, Amanda, awesome, awesome. Exactly, it's not your fault, see? Because we are at the doorway of the age of Aquarius. There's a whole lot of beings that came here to finish out a lot of karmic lessons and cycles, including us. We came here to beat the game. We came because we've done this over and over and over again. We make it so far through the game, and then we get unalived, or then whatever happens, some kind of way, we didn't never make it all the way through to the awakening point. We are here. Most of us that are alive on this planet right now are not new at this. We are old souls. Some of us are ancient souls, and we've done this a bunch of times, and we didn't know for sure because we all get our memories wiped. That's part of the gig. Most of us, now they got babies coming in that are holding their memories, but most of us in our age group, because I'm 1 year older than you, most of us came here because something we figured would happen that would allow us to awaken and ascend in this lifetime so that we could ascend to Christ consciousness and we could help others in this massive awakening, because the shift is upon us. When the government start showing TV commercials talking about a paradigm shift and a new reality, you can best believe it's happening. They didn't want to admit that to us. They've been playing around with looking glass for ages. But the shift is upon us. Yeshua told us, or actually the Bible said it. It wasn't his words exactly, because I don't even believe that the books that mention the water bearer, man with the jug of water, those scriptures were written 100 years after Yeshua had already closed his eyes off this earth. But it said, "Go to the gate, and the man with the water jug will show you the way." Now, in true Luciferian fashion, they have to give you the truth, even if they hide it in plain sight. And in three different scriptural accounts, they say, "Go to the gate, and the man with the water jug will show you the way." That is talking about the gate, the gateway to where? The man with the jug is Aquarius. Lord Enki, who was Yeshua's true father, not Yahweh. Subscribe to my channel, Modern Mystic Messages. You can find the icon for it at the bottom of this channel. We go deep into that. But Enki was the Elohim that was Yeshua's father, not Yahweh. Yahweh hated humanity, period. Always has, through every pantheon he's ever been in. That is the huge bamboozling of humanity right now. But that's a whole nother story. But yeah, it's not your fault. This is a rough time that we're in. And quite honestly, and again, not to take away from the pain of the loss of anything that you are going through, but as it was shown to me years ago, there are some who either they choose an early exit point because of whatever prior karma, disease, health, whatever, mental health, whatever the reasons are, they just choose to go ahead and check out a little early. Or some of them that are leaving the planet so rapidly during this time are checking out early so that they can do a quick turnaround, because there's some things that are going to be happening beyond like 2030, 2036 and beyond that are critical to Earth's survival and humanity's survival. And some of those people, after having graduated their karmic lessons on this earth, will do a quick turnaround. They're going to check out early here and then come back. And then, like I said, they're going to be expressing themselves as young masters on the other side. You can try all you want, honey, but how old are the boys and how old is the sister? Because I'm trying. I'm gonna wait for an answer before I say what I'm finna say. I think. Are they all adults? They 30. Yeah, it ain't your business. You got to stay out of it. They're entitled to feel how they feel. Okay, because she unalived their mother. Could anybody stop you from feeling that way about somebody that unalived your mother? You love all of them because they're your children. But at the end of the day, she unalived their mother. Even if she had mental issues or some kind of thing, or whatever her excuse was, she unalived their mother. They gonna feel some type of way about that. And that's not your business. Their healing is theirs to find. Hopefully they'll find some kind of love, compassion, or forgiveness for them. That might be their karmic lesson to bear. Hold on. I'm going to finish your cards, though, because I just still want to see what else comes out of here for you. Yeah, you did. I hate to be the one to bear the bearer of bad news. You absolutely signed up for this, or you wouldn't be there in the middle of that family. Shango is here, though. You do have angelic guidance and direction. It is not an easy walk. I'm telling you, many of the chosen take the Super Dave crash and burn entry into this experience. I get it. And you don't think you signed up for it. But that's when you're going to have to go in and do the shadow work and figure out what the other side of the lesson is in this for you. The Baba Larisha is here. Eshu is here. the Ace of Earth, the Nine of Fire, the Ace of Air, the Six of Air, wait a minute, and the Ten of Earth. The Nine of Fire is literally the card of resilience. Look at this man. He is literally sick on his mat, laid out. This is Chiron, wounded warrior energy. It is resilience, having had to deal with a lot of pain, a lot of pain. And SU is quite literally at the crossroads. And the Baba Larisha is the holy man. So you, whether you realize it or not, you have a spiritual walk here, a leveling up that you're being called to. The Sixth of Swords is literally leaving from rough waters to calmer waters. And then you have the Ten of Pentacles, which is a material harvest. The Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. This is about a truth, some kind of a speaking of a truth. And again, a seed, a material seed from the divine. And the Ten of Cups, emotional fulfillment. The one thing I'm not seeing, the reason I picked up this deck was to see if spell work would come out of here, to see if it was some kind of curse, because the devil in this deck absolutely means spell work, and it's not here. Six of Pentacles is here, so you got the Six of Swords and the Six of Pentacles, and then the couple. I don't understand. Again, I wish I could tell you what the actual lesson in all of this is for you. That's something you're gonna have to take up in meditation with your guides. But again, I think you just caught in the crossfire of a bunch of other karmic cycles. And again, I think the lesson for you in that is unconditional love and forgiveness, and a bit of detachment. We come here in these families, and we get so caught up in our familial love that we feel like they're obligated to us. But at the end of the day, we're all family. We all the same exact kin to each other. It's just that the ones that we've assigned familial meaning to mean more because we love them. But at the end of the day, they do have to. You have to just kind of let their lessons be their lessons and let yours be yours. Repeating patterns are keeping you from making a new choice in the situation. Break free from the old ways of thinking and ask for new insight. Connect with intuition is here. So, and then let's see. Soul's whisper. Your soul is whispering its deepest desires and truths to you. In the quiet moments, listen closely. It's guiding you towards your authentic path. You're welcome, dear. And I'm hoping you get some comfort from it. I appreciate you for allowing me to read for you. Fresh start. You're being given the opportunity to begin again. Allow yourself to embrace this new life and open up fully to this gift that you've been given. So, yeah, it's not saying that you don't care about what's happening. Of course you do. And of course it hurts. But truthfully, at some point, you'll come to an understanding that their crosses were theirs to bear. And at this point, you still got a lot of love left in you, a lot of life left in you. You're not here to get caught up in grieving their lessons. You will learn from them, you will heal from them, and then you will step into your full power like the Baba Larisha you came here to be, because that's what you came here for. Okay? All right, all right. Let's see. Who else we got here now? All right, that was Rick. Kalina, are you here or did you leave, dear? And again, like I said, do consider subscribing to the other channel, Modern Mystic Messages, Rick. There's a lot of really good information over there that may help you to kind of understand who we are and what's going on in this stream of things. and understand why so many people are suffering so badly, because humanity has genuinely been hoodwinked, bamboozled, flim-flammed, or whatever you want to call it. There's a hot, hot, hot mess happening here on this planet right now. That's why I say it's not even necessarily their fault or your fault. We're just caught in the crossfire of a whole bunch of misinformation. And part of my mission, when Yeshua started making things plain to me, is I don't gatekeep, I share the information. Now, everybody ain't ready to hear what I got to say, but for those who are, you are welcome. So I definitely hope you'll join me over at Modern Mystic Messages as well, because we get in over there on the spiritual tip. I typically go live on in the evenings on that channel. Um, Sunday and Tuesday evenings. I had been doing Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, but I'm about to start doing TikTok as well. So it'll be Sunday and Tuesday evenings next week. And I look forward to having you there. Okay, brother? And bless you as well. And I'm so glad you allowed me to look into this for you, brother. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Kalina, are you here? Cece, Brittany, Jade, Joseph, Sunrise, hey, Jesus, Jesus LeBlanc, or Valerie Blakely? Brittany, Cece, Kalina Emrys, Jade Joseph, Sunrise Jesus, or Jesus LeBlanc, or Valerie Blakely? Oh, Cece, yay. Nope, they didn't answer. So what's your question, my dear? You wanted to add on another question? They'll come back if they are, and if not, I mean, I'm already past the 3 hour mark. I'm gonna handle your question. If they don't pop back in, then I'll shut the session down. They'll have to catch me tomorrow or whatever. Mm. You keep asking the question, and you done got the answer. If it ain't telling you what you want to hear, then just go ahead on and do it. If you determined to want to start right now, then do it. The Oracle's gift is here. Hold on, let me see. You got the green light on the move. I still think that you should make sure you got all the information that you're supposed to have about the business part, because smoke and mirrors are here, but a powerful move is here too. So you got the green light for moving on as far as the physical move. As long as you know that you know that you know all of the details of the business aspect of it, and you got the money not only to start it, but to keep it going until it's profitable for you, with your daughter of alone. Oh, she wouldn't be moving with you? Now you ain't tell me all that, Cece. A tall tale came out. With your health situation being what it is, and the money, like I said, the overall economy being what it is, why would y'all not want to move together? Great big love is here. Wish upon a star is here. Into me I see is here in a burst of magic. A higher view and ears wide open are on the top side of the deck. Let's see what come out of this deck. Oh, she's wanting to not move with you. What's she gonna do? Stay there, or she moving someplace different? Were you depending on any income from her to make this move? Or were you just moving on your based on your income? Step back. You're being asked to step back from your life in order to gain perspective. When you're too close to a situation, it can be hard to make a decision. Span out and view your life from a distance so you can get the perspective you need. You take charge. You're taking a back seat in a relationship or situation, and it may end up costing you time, money, or opportunity. You need to step up and regain control once again. Hmm. Miracles. You're being asked to pay extra close attention to all the big and small miracles that have already occurred in your life, and also to those that are currently occurring and are still to come. Miracles surround you. Be on the lookout for them. She just told she'll hobby on. She wants to more at so far as like you wanted or want to. You know what? I may have to inbox you. Yeah, when this session is over, I'll give you a call because I'm not understanding what the question is. You're being asked to detach from something that you've been holding on to. When we hold on too tightly to the desired outcome, it restricts the flow. Trust that the outcome will work out and let go of your attachment to it. Difficult road, spirit of perseverance, being prepared for great things, walking the hard path in life. Obligation, stop telling yourself you should. When you cater to others or the unnecessary expectations of yourself, you stop your flow of abundance. And stuck in fear, you're thinking of all the things that could go wrong, but what about all the things that could go right? Make a paradigm shift in your thinking and take inspired action anyway. Okay, that ain't what I would have normally advised, but that's what the cards say. So, alrighty. I guess that's like I say, spirit then put me in my place too, because I was looking at it a little bit differently. But if the money works for you, do it. Because like you said, you really want to go. I'm still going to call you though, because I'm not quite sure the wording on that question. Um, and then if we need to pull some more, we will. All right. Kalina Emrys, are you here? Brittany, are you here? Jade Joseph, are you here? Queen Soul One, Sunrise Jesus, Jesus LeBlanc, or Valerie Blakely? Any of you here? She wants to move with you, but she doesn't. She doesn't want to move far. She wants to stay around the same city or country. Okay. Uh, how long have you been with this person, or are you with them, or you just something you just pining after love bug? Because it's like I tell you, many of folks will tell you on here. I tell you quick, if he wanted to, he would. But hold on, love bug blues. Is there anything going on with her and Doug? Says the situation will improve, so that's still not a hardcore yes. Hold on. In the near future. Is there anything forthcoming for her and Doug? Take action. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, you did find it? Okay, cool. So you don't need one now. You went back and found the other one. Awesome. All right, no worries. Have a wonderful rest of your day as well. Sunglasses are here, watching, looking, perception, and stalking. Love bug. That don't sound too good. Engagement ring, higher commitment, eternity, completion. Mm. But mirroring is here. Introspection, inner wounds, mirroring each other, and self-reflection. So let me see. You're welcome, Kalina. You said you'll need another one, just not today. Awesome. Like I said, I'm glad you found it. Healing heart is here. Healing heartbreak, toxicity, or addiction, abusive relationship. Is that you, love bug, or is that Doug? Because if either one of y'all are healing from a bad relationship, leave it alone and let them heal. The runner, fear of intimacy, running away, intensity, and letting go, turmoils and fleeting. Girl with a snake, charmed or used, enable boundaries. Mask, hiding true feelings, pretending and deluding, gaslight and personify. But I'm saying if either of you have painful relationship stuff in your past, you need to address that first before you try to take it further. Because healing heart came out here and this fear of intimacy. But mask is also here, so there may be some feelings there. It's kind of all over the place. I do see some emotion, but it looks like a mirroring energy here. But that indicates a need for inner healing, and it shows some inner wounds here. Um, but it does say here the situation will improve in the near future, and to take action. So I don't know. Maybe you can subtly let them know you're interested, kind of, sort of, and see what happens. Just take it easy. You look, we know how to put them womanly wiles into place. There's a yes and helpful people here though, so maybe there might be a little potential for something here. I don't know. Because I'm going to tell you the truth. Let's be honest. Most men that are friends with women, it's because they just afraid to step out there into something further. Typically, now I'm not saying that there are no men nowhere on the planet that's ever truly been a friend of a woman. But what I am saying is, even in the friend zone, most men have considered taking it further, even if they choose not to. Okay? So there's a potential for something. You just need to see what it's a potential for. But it says within the next few months. So it might actually wind out being something. Let me see what's here. See what the tarot got to say about this. The Empress and the Page of Wands is here. An Empress don't typically wind up with a page. Although pages can sometimes level up, but the Page of Wands is not genuinely stable as far as enough of a relationship to be with an Empress. The Empress might be trying to make something happen. Nine of Pentacles is here, which is about luxury and abundance on the material plane. And the Ace of Wands. Wait a minute now. I'm gonna pull some more cards and see if this little page gonna level up though. That's what I want to know. The Wheel of Fortune. Mm. And Judgment. Oh, what's this? Now, see, we got a Page of Wands and a Knight of Cups here, but we also have the Hierophant, the Six of Wands, and the Sun. And the Knight of Cups is more focused towards romance, but again, not really an energy for an Empress. However, with the Hierophant, the Six of Wands, and the Sun, there could be a progression towards that. And the Ten of Pentacles. Say what? Okay, I got to get some kind of mature masculine energy on this table just to see. Temperance and the Two of Pentacles. Finding its balance. Spiritual direction. Justice, the World, Four Swords. Yeah, go within and you know what? Do some visualization and meditation. You're saying y'all are just friends, but the fact that you're asking about it, you digging this dude. Take it in meditation. Do some creative visualization around it. This might actually work for you. I can't promise you nothing, obviously, but honestly, what I'm seeing here is it looks like there's a potential for this to be something kind of nice too. You got the Empress here, the Nine of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune and Judgment. And then the Knight of Cups comes in with his little bouquet of flowers. Still like I said, not a mature energy, but like you say, y'all are just friends, so it wouldn't be a full blown energy yet. But the Sun is here with the Six of Wands, some kind of recognition, success with recognition. And the Hierophant is about belief systems, official, what have you. And then the Ten of Pentacles is quite literally the man, the husband, the wife, the dog, the kids, all of that fulfillment. It's generational wealth too, but balance is needed. Temperance is here with angelic direction, but again, the need for you to take it up in meditation. But at the end, the World is showing up here and the Justice card. So, Six of Pentacles, reciprocity. This may be something granted to you. Ooh, the Devil and the Star. This is a sexy little devil, but you don't really want to see the Devil and the Star together. But that's what's here. So be careful. Um, excuse me. Three of Cups celebration. Like I said, this really has a shot at actually working out. It's not going to be an instant thing, and it's going to take some finesse on your part. But if you genuinely find yourself, if you get to Empress energy for yourself, you might be able to make this happen with your creative visualization, your intentions and meditation. You might be able to push enough energy towards this to tip the scale, so to speak. And you'll find a subtle way to let him know you're interested and see what happens. I wish I had something more definitive, but I mean, obviously, anytime you're asking a question about somebody, there's another person involved too, so you can't make them do anything. But it does look like you got a shot at it, like seriously. All right, all right. Is there anyone else within the sound of my voice that's got a question for the cards? Because other than that, I'm going to be closing this session up real soon here. All right, people, I do thank you so much for joining me today. Please don't hesitate to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, if you'll go to the home page of this channel, scroll down to the bottom, I do have another channel, Modern Mystic Messages. We go live there on Sunday and Tuesday evenings where we get into discussing some of the deeper points of spirituality, the ancient texts, the Christian scriptures, all of those goodies. And I hope to see you there. Hey, Antoine, welcome, welcome. The healing and vitality surround me like fragrant petals. Thank you, appreciate you. And likewise, brother, I appreciate you very much. Are we pulling some cards for you today, or are you just here for moral support? You just hanging out? Okay. Because genuinely, I've been on since like a 12, I think, right around close to 12. I'm actually getting ready to end this session. It is 3:34, so I'm going to close this session so I can do some uh, upload work for y'all for later for both this channel and the other channel. And I will see you, I guess tomorrow morning will be the session for Modern Mystic Messages. This will be the last week that I'm doing 3 sessions per week for YouTube. Next week, I'll be doing Sunday and Tuesday for Modern Mystic Message in the evenings, and Monday and Wednesday for Anunnaki Oracle Priestess for Tarot in the mornings, and then the rest of the week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, will belong to TikTok. Okay. I haven't set up the TikTok page yet, but when I do, I will let y'all know. And I hope to see some of you there. We're going to get that party started over there as well. I'm just basically trying to, I got to work on a shorter format for TikTok. So, yeah, hopefully we'll get rolling over there soon. All right. Again, I do thank everyone who has participated today, giving me the honor of allowing me to read for you. I hope to see you again on future live streams. And until next time, peace and blessings to you all. I love you very much. Namaste.